Hello. Oh, wait, I totally forgot. I could have just muted you during this part if you wanted me to.
Oh, you're fine.
Hold on, pretend you don't hear him. Hold on. All right, hello. No, to meet you. Hold on, let me get ready. You don't hear that. Ignore that, man. Anyway, hello, everybody. Hello. Today we are doing something very, very special. I am doing my first ever podcast type-ish episode with the lovely, I forgot his name. I think it's like Boostress or something. Bostress? It's something like that. Anyway, ignore that man. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. Anyway, but today, people, we are collabing with the Amazing Bashers, and we're going to be talking about what makes a good paper. Hold on, let me put the music on. Let me set the vibe. Let me set the tone. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Very nice. Not too loud. The manager is on the way. No. He doesn't need to be saved. He's fine. I don't play Fire Emblem. Anyway. But with that being said, let me let him introduce himself. You know him, you love him. It is the Boostress.
Hello.
Oh,
we are here. How's it going?
I forgot to click off.
Hello.
I can't click on anything else. It has to only be Discord.
They can only be Discord. Only Discord. You have to keep me contained.
I do. He has to stay trapped in that little block. I hate how it's mirrored on like the camera. So every time, like you're to my right, but like I gotta put over here.
Well, you're to my left.
Really?
But that's over to my right. So it would have been a little more handy if it was oriented a bit differently.
Yeah. Also, chat. Let me know how the audio sounds when you turn up the background music, or if I need to turn down Bastardus, because like you are peaking. Like I'm looking at the audio charts and you are like off the. I don't. He sounds fine to me.
I blow everybody's ears out. I blow everyone's.
He sounds fine to me.
Although it's only going up to the yellow from what I see.
Yeah.
I go into the red.
You go into the red? What are you doing?
Absolutely.
I never go into the red.
Talking.
I never go. I don't even go that high on my screen.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I never. I never try, because like that's something I struggled with whenever I first started streaming was like how loud I was.
Yeah.
But now,
yeah.
I have you to like be loud for me.
So hey, well there we go. I'm always happy to do that. I'm good at that.
Oh, also Buttons, welcome on in. Thank you for coming over from Bastards' community. I appreciate it. I don't play Fire Emblem.
I do appreciate it.
That is something
I don't either.
I think I've seen you play Fire Emblem before.
No, I don't play Fire Emblem. I don't know
Really?
what you're talking about. Nope, I don't play it.
Alright, top 3 Paper Mario games, Zach. We'll get into that, but I'll tell you right now. And this is everybody who's played every Paper Mario. And no, Bash. I'm watching Bash because he's like, no. It's Thousand Year Door, the first one, and then Super Paper Mario. Those are the 3. Those are the definitive. You ask any Paper Mario fan that's not Bastress, and they'll tell you the exact same thing. What's Fire Emblem? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they made it up.
I've not had the opportunity to play Super Paper Mario, actually. I don't have a way to do it currently. Yeah, it's definitely on my list of Paper Mario that I want to do. When am I playing it? As soon as I can find a way to do it.
You know, I heard they just came out with a new version of the Wii. They're actually selling it. It's called Dolphin.
True. That seems a bit fishy,
it's
though.
Called, it's called the Dolphin, and you know,
Dolphin. You gotta get yourself a Dolphin.
It's for a great price. You know, it's for the price of free.
Great price. It's an orange color.
Totally
emulation. We don't use emulation, you spiny.
Yeah, we only use our officially licensed orange GameCube.
Orange GameCube, gotta plug it in.
Got that orange GameCube? I ain't never got that orange GameCube. I can never get my hands on it.
Yeah.
Did they make different colors of the Wii? They had a red Wii, right?
I don't know. It's a good question, honestly. His voices are killing you. Dude, I'm telling you, one of these times, I will come on and do voices for you on one of your playthroughs if you want.
I would love that. You do some of the best voice acting, except for Sticker Star, which I'd hire you.
Sticker Star?
I'll tell you what, you get $1 million for every Cookie Bowser you do with Sticker Star. For every line of text.
In that game.
Oh no, that's right. He doesn't talk in that
I
game.
could give him dialogue.
if you chose to.
I could. That's easy money.
That's a lot of money right there. That's a lot of gifted subs.
It is. I'm so glad that you're willing to support me like this, Spidey.
I'm very generous. I'm a very humble streamer.
Might have to scrape the coffers.
Demon, I would love it if he was a narrator. But
I'd have to put on my old posh. Here we see Spiny Coin going to the right. He encounters an enemy. What
Who
shall
is this?
he do?
God!
Pay no mind.
Who's narrating my life? Here you see, he just killed a simple farmer.
But nothing in particular.
He's sitting here bleeding to death. His children will never know. He had children? Just trying to feed his impoverished family. In times of
now his family will have to cover the child support that he neglected to pay.
When's Daddy coming home? He moved away.
He's not.
I like how
Daddy
he goes to a different
is
school. ASMR Coincast. We'll get it done. We'll do it eventually. Alright, but we are here. Well, we were here for a reason. We might be in. We're gonna cut.
Okay, have a bit of fun too.
All right. So here we are. How do you want to start this?
I guess first and foremost, I didn't see the end of Origami King. I had a few things going on around the house. What did you think if you were to look at the game as a whole? What did you think of the story? What did you think of the map design?
So this is the ones that you have played, right? Like you've...
I have played 64, Thousand Year Door, and I have played Origami King. I have seen and watched approximately 3 chapters on Sticker Star.
I'm sorry
Color Splash I am not terribly familiar with. But I'm assuming it's roughly about the same kind of disaster that Sticker Star.
Yeah. I've played all of them except for Color Splash. Because nobody owned a Wii U, first of all. Nobody bought a Wii U. And if you just saw Sticker Star, you're not going to get Color Splash because I guarantee, I don't know the sales figures. I think Sticker Star might have outsold Color Splash. I might be wrong on that. I owned a Wii U. Zack Attack, you're never getting your money back. You're not gonna get your. Tell me you play Breath of the Wild on the Wii U right now.
Tell them say please, and they'll give your money back.
if you go back to Walmart or GameStop, they'll give it back to you eventually. But,
I swear the receipt is good. It's in crayon.
Give me back my stuff. I don't like this console anymore.
Return Wii U, please. PLZ.
I want to meet somebody who
smiley face.
I want to meet somebody who played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. My girlfriend was actually one of those people, and well, I love her anyway.
Who's Spiny and who is Bostrous? Can't tell the difference. The beard is godlike. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yo, Cynic, how you doing? Can I get a shout out for Cynic?
Shout out for Cynic.
You can't tell the difference. Well, luckily, I actually put our names above us.
It's true.
I thought your favorite is your
up
favorite
there.
color blue.
Yes, my favorite color is indeed blue.
I didn't even
nailed
have
it.
to
Let's go.
ask. My favorite color is also blue, but the coin's yellow, so it's got to be yellow.
Oh, but Mario has blue coins. I'm just saying. You could have
ruined
you
it.
could have spiny blue coins. You could have spiny red coins.
Has there ever been what color coins haven't there been? Because you had green coins in Super Mario 3D World for the green stars.
Right.
You have red coins in I think it's what has red coins?
Booba coins.
Oh, for the red rings. Booba, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Booba, I've never seen a Booba coin.
I haven't seen one either. But I heard you could trade coins for Booba.
Purple coins in Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow. There's literally been like
Yeah.
I can't think of a single color that's not been like a coin yet. I guess brown.
I'll have to think of something. Nito!
Yo,
How's it
Nito,
going?
welcome on in. Thank you for coming over from Bastards' side of the world.
Yeah, I do appreciate you guys stopping by. And if any of you that are new here, from my end, please drop this gentleman a follow. No, over here. He's over here. I lied. Sorry.
Yeah,
over here.
He's
follow Spiny.
He's over here, too.
No. He's no. You're pointing this way, and that's
TJ, thank you for the shout out on my own channel. I appreciate that. I've never had that before.
Shout out Spiny Coin.
Thank you for the wait. How did you do that? How did you give me a shout out? Oh, I totally forgot I labeled this under Paper Mario instead of something else. No, there's no way I'm gonna label this under just chatting, dude. There's like 400 million people streaming just chatting right now.
It doesn't matter, truth be told, and we're talking Paper Mario, believe it or not. So
we are talking about Paper Mario. That is the topic of today's.
It's what we do.
Cast. It is what we do. But you asked me about my about Origami King, what I thought of the game as a whole.
Yeah.
Very charming.
As a whole.
Bone, welcome on in. How are you doing today? That's the boner. It was very charming. Like, I like the dialogue. I like the little coffee houses. Those are my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I love the coffee.
Oh, the coffee houses were awesome.
They didn't need to put that in.
Was definitely a neat touch.
Like, they didn't need to put that
Easter
in.
eggs,
But they just
practically.
It was fine. It was so fun, and like it made the world like cute and charming. I love that. Like,
yeah.
When it comes to
really
personality,
too.
TJ, what are you gonna ban? I'm not even playing a game.
But he's banning it. That's the important thing.
Well, stream's over.
Mario. Well, stream's over.
So I guess I'll see y'all later. See y'all next time.
It was fun. Bye.
It was fun. Bye.
Follow Spidey Coin.
Follow Bastards. He's over here. Yeah, gotta go. But yeah, when it comes to charming, I think it might have been better than the first game when it came to charm. And like
interesting
interactivity with like the characters. Now, were they unique characters? No. They were like 90% of the time it was a Toad or a Koopa that you've already seen a million times. And they didn't even name. You couldn't even get attached to them because they didn't name the characters. It's you think the Origami Master, the guy who made Ollie, would have a name? Origami Master. That's his name.
Yeah.
His parents had really creative naming.
Oh, very creative. They're like, this is your profession.
You don't like origami? You're gonna want to. It's very awkward if you don't like origami. Your name's the Origami Master.
It doesn't change. It's all you get.
It's all because like, and you have like the ore mat. You have the ore dude who's like,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna do the hand gesture because I just saw it once on stream. Like, you know what? People probably don't want me to see me doing this. But because like even Olivia had to give the Babam partner a name. His name was like Bobby, and because he didn't have a name, and he made it very apparent that he didn't have a name.
Right.
I'm like, okay, well, I mean,
Mhm.
and he had one of. Okay, should I put a spoiler warning on this? The game's been out for 3 years. Like
Exactly. We're discussing Paper Mario as a whole. If you have not played the games and you consider spoilers, go play the game.
exactly. Like go play the games. But like I felt like because he dies, like he straight up is dead, and so does Olivia. Olivia, spoilers, she also dies. I haven't played, no spoilers. I'm sorry, Anito. That was a major spoiler. Go play Sticker Star. Can I get a ban? Come on, TJ. Get somebody banned.
Sticker Star, honestly, I'm surprised he's sticking with it. Hey, see what I did there?
Okay, so stream is over now.
Stream is over. Honestly, I will be surprised if you finish that game, TJ. I will genuinely be surprised if you finish that.
Yeah, it's definitely something. You know, it's...
Yeah.
Because I could stomach the first world.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom, for the pin that Paper Mario games are going to be discussed here. Sticker Star was the best game. Get him out of here! Get this man, security manager, ban him. Take him outside and break his kneecaps.
Shout out T-Trex. T-Trex is awesome. We love T-Trex.
We do love T-Trex here as well. But it just because like he died. No, TJ, stop. He's gone mad with power.
Timed out T-Trex.
And here's Space Box. Hello, hoy, hoy, hoy. But it was hard to get attached to. He was really goofy. He had amnesia. His friends died. He gave his life for a better cause.
I thought they did a really good job with that. As far as Bobby goes, with what they did limit with it, I think with the tools that they gave themselves, I think they did a good job with that part.
I
got you
agree.
attached to a character that didn't even have an official name beyond what Olivia gave.
But I feel like they do need like
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I guess you don't
Bobby.
need a name.
That's his name.
But to get like attached, you know, you're not gonna call your dog Dog. Does it need a name? Probably
You
not.
could though.
Unless if you name your dog Dog, hey, you know what? More power to you. It's like Kratos naming his son. Boy, come here. Boy. Ash, how you doing today?
Named your dog Cat. That's a power move right there, Spacebox.
My dog being named Dog.
Dog, you got that dog in him.
Got that dog in him.
Oh man,
I totally can't hear if any of these sound alerts are working because like we're talking way too loud. I'm assuming they're working. I'm not giving them their points back. That's not my job. I have like 3 mods in chat.
You can imagine that it's working.
Wait, do you have coffee?
I do have coffee.
God, I want some coffee now. I got.
This is already my second cup. I've been awake for like less than a little more than an hour now, and I'm on my second cup.
Posture check. Yeah, I'll make sure to shrimp.
No, posture check. You gotta check it, or Spacebox will literally bend you backwards.
It's gonna have to bend me backward. I'm shrimp gang. I need a new chair. Like this chair is so bad. Like I need like a throne when I stream. One where you can't lean back in. It just forces you to stand upright.
Oh,
CT
shrimp
Trex
gang.
shrimp gang. But
Working. If not, you'd cry.
It was like I will say though, I didn't care for the archaeologist Toad. I don't care.
Interesting.
Like he
I
did
thought he was
damage,
all
goddamn,
right.
and if I
He
like,
did great damage.
he did good damage. He didn't have a name, and he really didn't have a send off as Bobby
Yeah.
did.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I hear you. I hear you.
what did you think?
I think it was definitely an improvement over what they were doing before.
Where
They
had no
gave
partners.
at least right. They gave the game life to a better extent. I
Mhm.
mean, especially if you compare even just okay, Bowser. I gotta say, they did a phenomenal job with Bowser when he was on screen. I loved how they took the dad aspect that they always show him in like the promotional trailers, the parental settings guide.
Mhm.
They took that part of Bowser and they put it in the game. I really liked how he gave Olivia that pep talk.
At the end,
and
I
talked
loved
about,
that. That
yeah,
was
at
great.
the end, that was extremely wholesome.
That was good. That was
Like,
good.
you don't get to see that from Bowser very often, so I like how they took that and they gave that to him, especially as dirty as he was done in games like Sticker Star.
That was rough.
So it was
That
very
was-
cool to see that, and you get to have him help you in the final fight.
That was very
Origami
cool.
Bowser was fantastic. Was it the perfect kind of fight? I don't know. But for the system that you had available, I think they did a good job with it, and the idea was awesome. I personally was really hoping we could play as Bowser during that
Yeah.
fight. I thought that would have been. I was so excited when I saw that. But regardless, it was really cool that they gave Bowser a bit of a spotlight back, because to be honest, if you look at the RPG Mario games as a whole, the only RPG game where he is even a villain or has a decent amount of time other than where he's not just a lovable goofball. Even in Thousand Year Door, he's the lovable goofball stand-in side enemy that just shows up to interrupt everything. He does it every chapter. He does it at the very end of the game. He shows up
I
and he
didn't even
interrupts.
think about that until you like mentioned it. Like how many times you see the
Mhm.
villain, I'm like, wow, that's a good
And
point.
he's just done flat out dirty in Sticker Star. The only one where he is portrayed like that is 64. The
They
only
portrayed him
one.
really good in 64.
He ha-
Honestly, very good game.
64,
Very
it's-
solid entry.
It's phenomenal how well they do. You could say, oh, but it's just Bowser again. But it's not. It's not just Bowser again. Because it's the only one where he's portrayed as a good villain. Because he's still that lovable idiot, but he's good at what his role is in that. And when you get to face him, he's got some of the best themes in the series as well. It's gotta be my favorite Bowser theme when you're fighting him for that last time.
It is
so
very good. I do like his 30. This isn't Paper Mario related.
Mhm.
I do like his 30 world theme, where they give it. It's kind of like jazzy. I do like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Tom loves
Mhm.
the 3D world theme. But I'll say something about this. He
Mhm.
is also he's a villain in the Thousand Year Door, but he's not the main threat. And I think they
No,
did such
no.
a good job with that.
Oh, it was very good, but he's still the lovable idiot.
He's a lovable idiot, but they like he's still also the king of the Koopas. He's still like Mario's
Mhm.
rival. And I struggled with that fight as a
Mhm.
kid. Like back-to-back boss fights, and like it's Bowser and
Oh,
Cammy.
yeah.
Like
Mhm.
that's tough.
Especially as a kid. When you're
Yeah,
doing that for
reduce
the
reroll,
first
they're-
time, it's
they're two
definitely
separate.
tough.
So that's another like thing entirely. There's like 1,000 iterations of Link, but there's only ever been 2
Mhm.
Marios, Mario and Paper Mario, and that's it.
Yeah. hmm
But
I guess that's something that I also wanted to ask. All the iterations of Mario games. He's got sports games, he's got platformers, he's got side scrollers, he's got 3D platformers, he's got RPGs, he's got puzzle games, he's got all kinds of different things. He's got racing games.
all the same Mario.
Correct. But is Paper Mario exclusive to only being a turn-based style combat to make it a good Paper Mario.
No. And here's my argument: Super Paper Mario. That is
and
the.
I genuinely want to play that when I can find a way to do
that. That is the only Paper Mario to not. I like how we structured this too. We have, just so you know, me and Bastards both have like a notepad full of like topics, and we're gonna skip all that. We're gonna jump in straight to the ending of Origami King and work our way backwards.
Well, because I was curious what you were thinking about with how.
Because I did just beat it.
Because I missed the ending of it. Yeah, and I know that's probably the one that's going to be the most fresh in your mind when it comes to the newer style Paper Marios.
I'll say this about the newer styles: if you like puzzles, you're gonna love Origami King. If you don't, I'll let you know. I died on the final Ollie fight on the third phase. I died. Because
I died as well.
Because you have to like reorganize the rings, and I didn't have anybody to pay to do it. Because like usually you can pay the toads to solve the puzzles for you. And I ended the game with 20,000 coins. Yourself. I'm like, I'm just gonna pay the toads to do this, and I couldn't, and I died, and I felt so dumb. I'm like, oh my lord, dude! Like I died like.
No, I had a death on there too. I did too.
Another mechanic of the Origami King that I didn't like is that the puzzles were okay. Well, I know. Okay, so I know I said I didn't like puzzles, and I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying this, but they made the puzzles easier if you failed them.
I didn't like that either. I like a challenge.
I do
don't want my hand to be held when I'm solving something. It's why when I'm doing something in like my playthroughs, I will ask chat if I'm stuck. And it's like, okay, we just need to move forward.
Yeah, instead of like looking up a walkthrough, just like, how do I beat this?
Like, hey, do you guys know this, or are you seeing something that I'm not? And then if nobody does, I'll go check a walkthrough really quick and I'll just move on.
Yeah. But me, I am like, but there are only certain instances to, like, cause like I remember like recently I did the temples, where the ice elemental was, and they'd say, hey, you screwed up kind of like a lot. Do you want to pay to make it easier? I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. But then there was one after that where it wasn't optional. You had to memorize a lava puzzle. And if you mess up, they just kept like making it easier and easier and easier.
They kept making it way,
like, like I know I'm dumb, but like let me suffer through this. That's how I, because I'm not gonna learn if you hold my hand.
Let me,
you know, like I want to improve at my own pace.
Absolutely.
Bastards
didn't know how to play a game perfectly. True.
If you don't know, you're an L streamer, and people are gonna go watch somebody else. Kohatsub stream win. Bastards, I'll fly you down here right now.
Well, it's been fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. T-Trex says, Origami's great at making you feel dumb. You love the bosses, though. The hole punch is great. I really liked... I know... Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. Thousand Year Door did a good job at giving you the edgy bosses, the ones that are darker side on things. It did a good job.
I'm trying to think of the edgy bosses.
But if there's, if you think of Origami King and the newer style that they've gone for, they are playing very much on the aspect that you are in a paper world, and that everything is crafted out of paper. So when you think about the concept of something that is not, that is in the world, and you have to fight it, I did like that they gave each one a personality, and there's a lead up environmentally to each boss. Each dungeon section has a lead up themed around whatever boss you're about to fight. And the way that you interact with each one, in my opinion, is very well done. Is it a traditional Paper Mario enemy? No, it's not. It breaks the mold a bit. You could say, yeah, but it's just it's just a stapler. It's just a hole puncher. But you think about the concept of it being paper. the concept is almost unbeatable to an extent, and it interacts with the puzzle on the floor very, very well. If you look at the Velumentals as the elemental aspect, which it is, it interacts with the puzzle very well. It does a great job of that, of making you think on what's on each panel and how it affects how you move it. The bosses did a fantastic job of altering the stage as well, making you work around those. The tape one, it holds the panels in place, which forces you again to think about your pathing. They're all origami related too. Yes, they are. That's the thing too. They are all things that are related in creating origami.
I'm gonna be the opposite side of that.
Yeah. No. I totally expect.
No. Just like I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. Like, you're obviously very correct. That is cool, but the way you fight them, it's kind of in a way it's handholdy on its own, because there's clearly a certain way you're supposed to defeat it. Like for the final Ollie fight, you're clearly meant to ice it, then flip the turtle, and like there's a certain way to each, and that kind of kills some of the variety that you can tackle a challenge. Like for every boss fight, for every enemy in the old games, for the first one in Thousand Year Door, you could go in it with any kind of setup. Like if you wanted to go a max health, or like you wanted your partners take care of it. There was never one certain way to defeat a villain or a boss in the originals. And in the newer ones, like, you gotta, there's a clear path that you have to go to
there's a specific strategy that they use. It's not I mean, it's not even remotely the same battle system, which is why I guess it doesn't bother me as much. It's still turn-based, but the method that you use to do it almost needs to have a more direct path to it, not hand-holding. More along the lines of you need a specific strategy to do something, kind of along the lines of learning a boss pattern in not even remotely the same kind of thing, but a Souls boss always does the same thing in the same kind of pattern, and you have to learn the pattern if you want to get through it.
But
so if you want to do
no, go ahead.
You can beat the boss a multitude of ways. So in that aspect, it's only half the argument. But it's not just throwing random abilities like the first game. It does have a pattern that it follows.
You have to figure it out.
But you are given a specific right, that's correct. So it's still figuring out what the boss is going to do, and then you use the tools that you have available to solve that problem.
Yo, Brian, thank you for the raid.
Yo, Brian, how you doing, man?
TJ does bring up a good point. What about Sticker Stars killing the enemy by running away? And there's literally no downside. You actually gain stuff from running away to instantly defeat the enemy.
Oh yeah,
you keep your coins.
I think we can. What's that? Go ahead.
You keep your coins. You don't lose any stickers. The enemy dies. You don't lose any experience points because there are none. And that's another point I will bring up later. Is about the relevancy of combat. Because we're talking about how cool the puzzle solutions are in Origami King, but is there really any reward to fighting? Do you actually need to fight at all in the newer games that aren't required? Because you don't get any experience points. Money is everywhere in the world. You don't just get money from fighting. You can, but in confetti, you can just go and hit your nearby tree until you're full on confetti again. You don't need to. It gives you some, but like other than the required fights, you don't need to fight. There's no reason to. You can pay the toads to fight for you as well. Right. And you can heal outside of combat, because you can't do that in Sticker Star. You can't heal outside of combat. Gotta be in there.
Yeah, Sticker Star, I think we can all pretty much agree that
I want to be like
in general a bad game.
I want to have like a whole hour of just like dog shitting on Sticker Star. I hope
no. I think that's pretty much. I think it's pretty much universally agreed on that Sticker Star is just a bad game.
Make it two.
There is a certain appeal to solving a puzzle with only one answer like doing Sudoku, etc. There is an appeal to it if the puzzle is good, in my opinion, and I think that is something that Origami King did improve on. While there is one answer, they do a good job at least making the road to solving that answer pretty well in the different boss fights. But I will absolutely agree, in Origami King, they should not be holding your hand. Don't tell me how to solve a puzzle, and don't make it easier.
I'll even defend Origami King here. I'll say that they do reward exploration, because the more toads that you find in the overworld, the more that will be in your little pantheon. What is it? It's like a little...
Your crowd.
Your crowd. And they'll, like, help you out. They'll throw you hearts. They'll, like, try and damage it. I have never had toads damage an enemy. Like, once.
Yeah.
Because, like... And it does... So while it also rewards puzzle solving in combat, it also penalizes you for not solving the puzzle, because you don't get the power up, like the 1.5 amplifier. And as somebody who's not a puzzle fan, y'all saw me struggle through it. I'm not gonna try and defend myself. I'm pretty dumb.
You still did good though. That's the thing. You died on the same part that I did exactly once. I don't think you're doing as bad as you think you are.
Yo, Shadow Fang, welcome on in, dude.
Yo, Shadow, how you doing, man?
But
hope you're doing good. Good to see you.
What else can I say about Origami King that was... Because combat, I want combat to feel fun, and it really just... It wasn't for me. The boss fights, like regular combat, the boss fights... I'm a big fan of the more creative aspect of Mario. Like, in the first two games, you had bosses like, you had Hook Tail, Rock Hog, you had Tut and Koopa, you had Tubba Blubba, really cool and epic. Yeah, Tubba was an invincible. I'd rather fight something like that than like something like the whole entire cast of Home Depot. or Office.
Okay, but can I interest you, sir, in a pair of...
Oh my god, you're not getting sponsored! We aren't sponsored, chat. We will never be sponsored by Office Depot or Home Depot.
No, Home Depot. I need the sponsorship. I could sell so many gamer gloves.
we're not getting sponsored. I mean, reach out to us, Home Depot, and maybe. I'll do my gamer rake. Get your gamer rakes at 50% off.
Oh man,
gamer gloves, dude. You'll make a killing, Bess. Do you want me to call you Boost on here? Does it matter?
I don't care. That's fine. That's fine.
Yo, Shadow, thank you for the follow, man.
Yo, let's go, Shadow. I do recommend Spiny Coin. Please do go follow him.
Thank you. We are almost at 2100. I think we're like 10 away now.
Let's go.
Please go to my Amazon. Contact Bass for details. That's fair. If you don't know who I am, besides clicking on the channel, you can actually look at my name. Was that dumb? Was that stupid to have my name up there as well? Like you clicked on the channel. It's more of like I'm this one and not. In case you forgot.
So you can remember who you are.
in case you forgot which one I am. Look up.
A random story time. My favorite thing to do when I worked at my old job, because I worked in retail, I had customers that were being a pain in the butt, and they'd ask you, "What's your name? What's your name?" And so I'd take my name tag, I'd turn and look at it, and I hold it up to them.
What about that? You're a spiky coin. Thanks. Just in case you forgot, there's actually two. There's one. I don't know how to get. It's right there. And then there's one right above.
Yeah, it's right over there. It's right there.
Yeah, it's like right there.
One up there.
In case you forgot who I am. I mean, I actually kind of want one for stream now. Like, my name is Spiny Coin. Pleased to meet. How may I help you today?
Hi, my name is Spiny Coin. If I get lost, please contact.
Please contact Tom, and it's our home address.
No.
It was, please return to the state of
Please
Kentucky.
return to Thumb. It's funny when someone randoms my name.
I'm pretty sure it's Spinny Coin. You know, if I ever had another name, I want it to be Buzzy Beetle Coin. Honestly, the Beetle.
Buzzy Beetle Coin. Beetle.
I like Buzzy Beetle.
Eating time, beer beat. All right, sounds good. T-Trax, appreciate you stopping in.
I thought he was speaking
Buster's
Spanish,
Beats
and I
is
wasn't
funny.
even going to attempt to read that. I saw audio, so I'm like, I don't speak Spanish that well.
Oh, he doesn't either.
Bassy's a Spiny
He
Coin
speaks
shirt.
French.
Honestly. Bass, wear us, if we ever do collab again, just wear a name tag that says Spiny Coin. Confuse the hell out of new people.
But have up top our names are they're actually like they are now, but we have name tags that say, "Hi, my name is Mighty
What,
Coin."
what if I just switch the names? Ooh, everybody's gonna forget now.
Through the power of editing.
Through the power of movie magic, I'm able to change our names. I now own Bastrix's channel, and he owns mine. Good luck with
Cool,
a dead
I just gained
channel.
a bunch of followers.
Well, okay, so back to Paper Mario.
Yo,
All right,
Paper Mario? Yo, let's talk about that.
all right. The first game. We're gonna talk about the first game. So,
Okay.
how'd you like it? I guess
It was my favorite.
it's your favorite today. Like you've played out of the three you've played.
Out of the three I have played, the first game stays my favorite. I love the aspects of Thousand Year Door. It has a lot of good things about it. I will say Thousand Year Door takes the game with combat. It does a phenomenal job of that. I love the customization. If there's anything that I appreciate a little bit more about the combat in 64, is the fact that it requires you to think about how you're building more carefully, because
It does.
you have a much smaller BP pool than you do in Thousand Year Door. Thousand Year Door, you could make a just badge run.
But 30's
also
pretty
got super
small. Like if you're trying for a.
It is. It is. But it does make you think. You have to think about what you have. You can't just juice yourself to an extent. You can do a ability oriented build. You can do a pure stat build. You could do a pure affixes build where it's like just giving you different bonuses, things like that. Or you could do a mixture of it, but you gotta balance it and you have to think about it.
I will say this, and this is like this is one of my few negatives about Thousand Year Door. I am not a fan of super guarding. I think it just makes the game way too easy.
It trivializes
And
it.
yeah, and like all you need to learn is timing, and you're never taking damage. Like you can just go the entire game. Like that'd make a no damage run so boring. It's like, oh, watch me.
It does.
Watch me do
Yeah,
this.
look at me. I can press the B button.
I can press the B
granted,
button
it takes
really
a lot
good.
to learn it.
And if you get it with
It takes
action,
a lot of practice to learn it.
There's actually a badge that doesn't. If you get the simplifier,
Oh, really?
the simplifier, it makes action commands easier to hit.
And that counts towards super guard.
That counts towards super guarding, so you can just bam B and you're never taking damage.
Yeah,
If you want to do a
Yeah.
damages run, get Lucky Days. Get the kind of lucky, sort of luckies.
Yeah.
I love those. Or Pretty Lucky, my bad.
yeah. The variety of badges that they added into Thousand Year Door, I definitely
Really good.
appreciate. And there are a lot of things that I love about
Ton
Thousand
of
Year
badges.
Door that also a random, on topic but different, but a little bit off topic. Have you seen that they actually have a mod for 64 that adds the badge and leveling system and super guard into 64?
I have
from
seen that. I was
1000 Year
actually
Door?
watching that today.
That I want to play at some point. It looks really, really cool.
I want to do
And-
the Master Quest of Paper Mario.
I've heard that's tough.
I've heard it's very.
that's
I have done a 5 health and lower run of the entire game, and
Yeah,
I
that was fun to
want
watch.
I want to crank it up to like 11. I want to see how good am I actually at this game.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
for my next like huge Paper Mario stream, like because like that's tough. There's no super guarding, and
Yeah.
I know Bo's like your
You should
best
do that.
friend.
You should do that. Yeah. No, you should definitely do that, man.
And
I'll
I wish
definitely be there to watch it if I can.
that's my gripe again with the Paper Mario battling system is your partners. They don't have an HP pool. If they get hit, which very, very few enemies in the game have an ability to hit you and your partner.
Right.
I know. I think it's only mini bosses actually, because I know what's the buzzard? What's the buzzard's name?
The one on Rugged. I know which one
Not
you're talking
Rugged.
about.
They have a move that hits you and your partner, and I know
Correct.
the ghost or like the ghost shy guy, the lantern guy, in Toy Box also has an ability to hit you and your partner. But Bowser, I don't even think Bowser has an ability to hit you and your partner.
He does.
Is it
He does.
Does he?
Final Bowser, he does have one. He basically makes a wave with the Star Rod, and it hits both of them.
That's right. That's
incapacitates for
right.
3 turns.
I forgot about that.
I actually do have a bit of a counter to that. I actually did write something down for that. I'll actually, if you're cool, I can read from that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually put a lot of thought into it too. So, between the two games, it's practically the same with the way the partner system works. As far as that, you have a partner, you've got a set amount that you got. 64 party members do not have HP. Instead, if they take damage, they lose turns that they can be used based off how much damage they take. Thousand Year Door, they have their own health. But here's the thing. Thousand Year Door party members have their own health and can be KO'd, which has its own benefits and disadvantages. Benefit being, they're no longer knocked out for a turn, but they will start needing items just like Mario to stay alive. Thankfully, you can go into the pit and expand your inventory when you hit floor 50, which is great as it was a problem in the first game having a smaller inventory, but you only had to worry about healing Mario. The other potential issue with them having health now is if the party members die, they eat life shrooms. You don't get a game over if a party member dies, but you do game over if Mario dies. No life shrooms, party members die and eat them. You get the idea.
On your first playthrough, you're going to be consuming a ton. You and your partner. And
you're going to eat a lot of items.
I feel like there's a bigger item bag in the first game too. Don't you get that on like Mount Lava?
It's 10 items. No, no, there isn't. There isn't a way to expand your inventory in the first.
Is there not?
Nope. You have a static 10. So you do not have a way to expand that. But again, you only have to worry about healing Mario. So in a way, it works out only having your partner get incapacitated for a couple of turns.
Hold on, that's blowing my mind.
If there is a way, I have never encountered it, and I have never seen it in a strategy guide.
No, yeah, I'm only finding... Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
I would have bet was money. The way that you fixed... No, there isn't. But that's, I guarantee you, why they gave you the ability to expand your inventory in Thousand Year Door is because your party members consume your items as well.
I was gonna say something before this, but that just blew my mind. Like, I would have, like, definitely... I was like, for sure, there was...
Yeah, I wish. It would be amazing if there was a way to expand your inventory, but unfortunately there isn't.
Because I'll tell you this, going through with 5 health and under, I had to spend a lot of money on, like, stone caps, and them bitches are expensive at 30 coins a pop.
Oh, they are.
Like, and without a way to sell... Can you sell badges to the groundhogs?
No. No, you can't, but the best way to make money in the game is the gambling. And there's a gambling center down below. You can get up to 1,000 coins very easily with that.
I remember that, yeah.
Especially on an emulator or on the
You mean on your officially licensed 64
Yes.
console? Because we never emulate here.
Officially licensed Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, we would never. We don't condone emulating.
Play that on our Orange GameCube.
I would love to pay $130 for a second copy of Thousand Year Door for the GameCube. Which that actually has been going down. Have you seen that?
Oh, has it?
Yeah, with the...
No. I don't even follow it because I don't even...
With the remastered coming out, the eBay prices, well, I mean, it's not dropped that much. They went from like 140, 160 down to like 180 or like 100 or like 80. It's gone down.
Yeah.
Which is good for if you're a retro collector.
If you're a collector.
Yeah, if you're a collector.
I've got the original copy in storage, so I do have it. It's just in storage.
Dude, so, a funny story. This is kind of off topic, but my girlfriend got me Luigi's Mansion for my birthday this year because I lost my original copy, but I ended up finding it before my birthday, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry because I got you this instead of Wind Waker because I wanted Wind Waker as well." But the box that she got was the box she got was so cool, and it came with the booklet. So we just switched out the box.
With the booklet too.
It came with a booklet.
That's awesome.
So we just kept the box and the booklet and sent the game back because like their case was way better than my like childhood case. I'm like, I must keep this one. It's like a PSA 10 right here. But and I really like this. The story of the first Paper Mario game was, it's nothing to write home about because I mean, Bowser steals Peach. Mario rescues the princess.
But the method that he does it...
Yeah, the method is really cool.
He does it is very good. The delivery is fantastic. He beats Mario, which never happens.
That is so cool.
At the very beginning.
Like, that is...
He beats him,
what a way
to start it
off. Like, what a way to start it off, because, like, you don't see... Like, what an opening. It has a super strong opening. Like, normally scripted losses are pretty annoying, but if they're done right, if they're done like set the atmosphere and set the tone, then it is beautiful. And Paper Mario pulls it off beautifully. It's amazing.
Yes, it does a fantastic job because you're thrown from a dark situation into a bright green wood with a bunch of friendly characters that you can each identify very easily.
Because they look different.
You've got Goomba, right? Absolutely. And we're dealing with the first two games, which honestly I completely separate from the new ones.
You can't do that now. Even in Origami King, you can't really tell two Toads apart.
But again, I separate the two originals. Kind of like how I separate 343's Halo and Bungie's Halo. It's two separate developers. It's an entirely different team.
Yeah.
So I can't really compare the two. Because again, different styles, different people making the game. I can't really compare it. I could make a direct comparison, but we both know one is going to be superior over the other. So I have to compare within their own pool.
Let me ask you this.
It'd be kind of like making a...
Do you think Paper Mario has gone down in quality over the years?
I would say outside of what I've heard good things about with Super Paper Mario, outside of that one, I would say it's gone down, and then it's begun to climb back up in the right direction with Origami King. I would say it's a definite improvement, and I think it gives a better hope for future improvement going forward. It's like how, if I were to look at Sonic Frontiers, Sonic games as we know, and with the exception of people that just for some... I'm glad you enjoy the games, but the games are bad. Sonic Frontiers was mid, and that is an improvement. And that's not a bad thing.
Counter.
It's an improvement. It means you get the potential for the games to improve from there.
The music was
so good. In that same formula, what's that?
As I said, music's pretty good, but it's a Sonic game. Of course, the music is
good. Yeah, I mean, a Sonic game.
You can't have a bad Sonic soundtrack. That's like against the rules or something.
Yeah. So on that aspect, I would say Origami King is the frontiers of the Paper Mario series right now, within the new genre that they are creating, with the formula that they have very clearly established that they are going to be using going forward. It is an improvement on that, and we can most likely expect a different combat system every time when they create it. But it is very unlikely that we are going to be going back to the original formula, unless Nintendo says, okay, people ate up the Thousand Year Door remake. They've shown this is what they want.
Please.
Because if it outsells Origami King, which most likely nostalgia will sell it.
Please, I'm begging you.
People are gonna do it. They may say, who knows? They may say, okay, we want you to do this going forward. It has shown that it performs better. So if you want to maintain control of this IP, this is what we want you to do. So it's a possibility. Is it what's going to happen? I don't know. They very well may still make what they make, and this is just a remake of what the original game is. It could be a one-off.
That is true.
But
yeah,
immensely low possibility. Yeah, and Bone's a big fan of TTYD as well.
I am hoping. I'm with Bone here. Not gonna happen, but I am like, I hope that's what they do. I hope they listen.
Mm-hmm. If there is one thing that I do appreciate about Origami King, is map design. They did a very good job of giving you a good area to explore. The maps are all very different from each other. They have a very good theme to them each time. They are very bright, they're very colorful, they do a good job at bringing you in. The music at times knows when to pause and it knows when to pick up. There's also a good amount of environmental things that go on in the maps that gives them a certain charm or gives them a puzzle to solve or just a good feel to them. There's ups and downs, there's left and rights, there's diagonals, there's not just left to right, which unfortunately is probably the weakest point of Thousand Year Door, in my opinion, is that every map, with the exception of a few areas, is just left to right with stairs that go up and then make you go left or right.
That is
64
very fair.
Yeah, 64 I have to give props to for the fact that you have a lot of areas where you may have instances where you go up a set of stairs to go left or right, but that will lead to a section that you've never been to before. And you, like for example, Met Rugged, you can take a slide that gets you to where you need to go for a secret if you pay more attention, and takes you to Parakarry's letter in that whole section.
TJ, you've never even played
So...
TJ, you've never even played that game.
It's my favorite game for obvious reasons.
Now, going left to right doesn't mean bad exploration at all, because you can still find plenty of secrets, hidden blocks. I know the Great Boggly Tree isn't the best because it literally is just going up and down, left to right. But like the whole overworld is full of like secrets because you can go into the background in Brookport. You go to the behind the scenes, the camera will turn. You can go left, you can go down the sewers. There's a whole like underground city you can explore. So left to right doesn't necessarily mean like, bad exploration. But I can see where it would be boring, like, oh, I've explored this room, go on to the next. Mm-hmm. I can get behind what you're saying.
The thing with it that got old for me is that it's not just also left to right. It's I am gonna bring up the elephant in the room when it comes to Thousand Year Door, and that is the backtracking.
I will defend this to the death that it's not that bad. I can think of
I wrote down
4 times.
I wrote down every instance that I came across in my playthrough, and it is every chapter with the exception of the Glitz Pit.
I will name the 4 major elephants in the room when it comes to backtracking. I'm not gonna say the first chapter is that bad because you go to get stone keys and then you never have to go back there again. You just have to bring them back to the start of the level.
You do go all the way back to the left.
You do. That's not.
You go all the way to the right.
It's not too
and you
terrible.
Go all the way back to the left. But it is a pattern that recurs from there and gets more severe.
I will say in chapter 2 is where it's fairly noticeable because you got to go to the tree, go to Flurries, which is all the way to the right, go all the way back to fight the Shadow Sirens, go all the way back to Flurries, and then go back to the Boggly Tree. That's like the first instance of it being a problem.
Yeah, that's.
I don't mind the stone keys in the first chapter. That's not too bad. Third chapter is not too bad. And the 4th chapter has probably the second worst instance of it. We have to go to Creepy Seeple and back like 3 different times. Because he steals your body. Go find Vivian. Go back. Get the letter P. Go back. Say his name. Go back again. And then
Yeah, and it's all left to right. Again, I gotta bring that up. It is all left to right movement. Yes, you go in the background, but I feel like it was a sorely underused aspect in the game. The concept is fantastic, but it is always used for the same thing, to move you forward a screen, or to go into a house to talk to somebody. To go the one time into Hooktail's castle. That's all it's ever used for.
I do like the 3D spiral going into the boss fight. That was very cool. Like that's
yeah,
one of
that
the
was
cooler.
definitely cool. Yeah. That aspect was definitely.
And the backtracking, honestly, to me, it's not too bad because if you do kill an enemy, usually they stay dead. I forget what makes them respawn. I don't know how far. I don't know how many screens they have to go away.
You have to go at least 2 or 3 screens, and that happened.
For them to respawn.
At least 2 screens, 2 screens roughly, because I remember going through a Twilight Town, and they're constantly respawning.
Is it only not that bad because you're familiar with the game
Boggley Woods?
That could be fair. Like I could be biased. Thousand Year Door, my favorite game of all time. I probably have some nostalgia, and I'm not even gonna say that the enemies are easily avoidable because of that one fucking Amazy Daisy. And everybody knows exactly the one I'm talking about in chapter 4. That's like ding 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 ding. Why you gotta go like paper thin mode and sneak, and there's that fucking Daisy. And it is so hard to get past that bitch without getting an encounter there. I'm not gonna try to defend
a higher chance at finding an Amazy Daisy only when you are about to die and have no means to kill it.
I actually.
And you get stun locked in that section. You get stun locked. It sucks if you don't know how to guard it. It absolutely sucks.
I think that's like finding a shiny Pokemon.
It kind of is. If
But,
you've got a means to kill it, it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, backtracking, it could be bad, but like again, like they make each screen feel unique though. Like in the backtracking when it comes to chapter 4, you know, you have like this dusty, gloomy area. We got some Gloombas. You have fallen trees, haystacks that need to be blown away. And then once you go into the background, you know, you get introduced to the Daisy enemy. It's a little bit like quieter, like it's darker. You have to like move boulders to reveal hidden passages. They do, like, it might be left to right, but they do a good job of making each room feel unique.
For being left to right, they do a good job of it, but it gets very old and disorienting if you are not terribly familiar with the game. Because while I have a good idea on where I'm going, and I can usually maintain a sense of direction fairly well, the sewers especially was probably one of my least favorite areas to navigate because it's one gray tile section to another gray tile section, and sometimes they're mirrored a couple screens apart. So I'm trying to figure, okay, where is it I'm going? Because everywhere you go, with the exception of I believe 3 sections, is from the sewers. Everywhere you go in the game is from the sewers. You don't go anywhere else. From Rogueport directly, there is no direct path that goes to a world that you're going to. It's all the sewers. It's all a method of transportation. And it makes it feel very disconnected from the rest of the world, in my opinion. It's kind of just a spot on the map that you have as a hub with no roads.
I do like. You do bring up a fair point, because like every one of them except for 3 chapters. Well, 3 out of the 8 is 3 out of the 8 isn't like, you know, awful, but I do see the point where going to the sewers can get kind of annoying. But I kind of like everything, like you got these intricacies underground, because the first Paper Mario was kind of like that, where you had except replace the sewers with the overworld. Like
the Bone brings up a good point too.
Sewers, you know the game well enough. Yeah, if you know the game well enough, you know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
And that's totally fair.
Because
I respect
me,
that.
I had to ask chat multiple times, even just to get back to the Thousand Year Door, where am I going? Because it all looks the same to me. I can't remember which pipe is the best route to it, and maybe it's just me forgetting, but at the same time, it's hard to remember, even though you go back.
You go there so many
another
times.
Right there. You're going back to the Thousand Year Door every fucking time you finish a chapter. You gotta backtrack all the way through.
That's a very good music,
every time to get your map upgraded. It does.
It
the
does. Like the
music's
Runport Sewers music kind of goes hard. It's kind of slaps.
It's very good. I will say the sewers were the most exhausting part of the game for you. You have terrible memory. They were a nightmare to remember where they
Look similar.
where they go to and look similar. Yeah. That's exactly my point. Because again, if you know the game very well, getting your way through a confusing section is going to be much easier, especially if you've played it a bunch of times. Like, for example,
like I think I've
the very
memorized where
first Halo
every
game.
hidden star piece is in the game.
Yeah. It's fair to say you know where everything's at. You're not going to forget where you are.
Yeah.
But if you go back, think like to some of your earliest playthroughs, if you can remember that far back. I guarantee there were points where you got lost. If there are points where you got lost, I'm sure you can remember. I at least always remember points in games where I got stuck.
I don't remember getting stuck on a puzzle. I do remember getting stuck on bosses. I remember Hooktail was like...
Right.
Because I did... First time I beat Hooktail, I didn't know you were supposed to equip the sound effects. So I'm like, sound effects? Well, I don't want to change the sound effects.
The cricket. Yeah,
That's so cringe. Yeah. And then I ended up beating it that way. I'm like, you know, I'll equip these just for fun. And it was the cricket noise. I'm like... To the sound
I thought that like I said, the creativity with the combat is the best aspect of the Thousand Year Door.
Also,
I always died trying to sniff me some dragon feet, but
she got me every time, damn it.
She got you with the toes, man.
For free? Put those grippers away. Put those dogs are barking. I never blocked the foot attack. I always took the full front of it.
The full brunt of the stank.
I wanted the dragon grippers.
Oh, dude.
Good equals Bowser talks. That's fair. That's fair. So not Sticker Star. We'll get to Sticker Star.
You have to be able to talk.
He does. I did like Peach's segments though, where like, you know, built upon like tech and like the X-Nauts, and I thought that was a very good, like, because it made us feel like really invested in this, and that's where we learned that Grodus wanted to use the Crystal to awaken a demon, and I'm like, oh, holy shit! Like the main boss of this game's like a demon. That's really cool.
It does take more of the, like I said, it goes very much the edgy route when it comes to that. It was in the edgy era of the GameCube. You had Metroid Prime, you had Twilight Princess.
I didn't think it was
Thousand Year Door.
I keep forgetting Twilight Princess was on the GameCube. I don't think it was edgy. I think it was different.
It has the darker.
It was kind of edgy.
It has
like a demon, like resurrection.
It had the era of Sonic Adventure 2 where you could play as the Dark Cast.
We don't talk about Sonic Adventure 2. Don't ever bring that up in my show.
It's one of the only good 3D Sonics.
That's sad. That's so sad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's definitely aged, and you do have to have had prior knowledge unless you were just really into learning.
I'll have a Sonic Adventure 2 coin cast at some point.
Or hey, I'll be there. I played the shit out of that game as a kid.
Everybody got mad at me for sending the chows away as soon as I got them. They were needed in the war.
Oh,
effort.
really?
Yeah, I just pop them on in, and I'll be like, "I'll serve your country," and Chad would be like, "You monster." But
it was definitely a more serious Paper Mario. Yeah. As opposed to, I would say, in contrast, if you want to look at 64, 64 captures very well what you would expect out of a Mario themed game. And it plays it very well.
Because Nintendo was still living up to the very family friendly, you know, happy vibes. They're like, okay, because in the original Paper Mario, you had to go to Sunshine Land in like chapter 6. You had to save Flower Fields. It was happy.
Oh, Flower Fields, yeah.
And then Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Like, you have a mom whose wife died, and he never wanted to sail again. And you had to give him his dead wife's last letter, and he goes in the back rooms and cries. So a little bit darker.
It is one of my favorite stories.
Absolutely.
But the whole, if there's one thing that I think Paper Mario Thousand Year Door does struggle with very hard with this. And it's definitely the theme that they were going for, so that aspect they did well in, but for a Mario game, it's drab, it's very same color, the color palette itself has very little variety in the different areas that you go in. The sewers is very gray, Rogueport is very brown. You go into Twilight Town, it's all the same colors. Occasionally it throws in a blue, but usually it's purple, orange, gray, and black. You go into the Thousand Year Dungeon itself, it's all purple, gold, and red. You go into the train, it's all black, red, and gold. And they're not bad color palettes, but as you're going along, it all starts to look the same in each area you're going to. Petal Meadows, though, it's probably the most Mario feeling area in the game. It does a very good job of capturing that Mario feel, because at the end of the day, while it's Paper Mario, it's still Mario. And it does do a good job of bringing in characters like the Piantas. The Piantas are very good.
Love the
I
paper
think
Piantas.
One of my favorite areas aesthetically wise.
You know, I don't think they were
seen
outside of Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. You never see a paper Pianta.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only time.
That's the only time. It is when they're the mob, and it works.
Keelhaul Key is probably my favorite zone. I despise the backtracking in that one. I absolutely hate it.
But there's a little backtracking there. I can neither confirm nor deny.
A little bit. And but I love the aesthetic of it. It does a very good job of capturing an island feel, which Mario has done in the past, for example, with Yoshi Island and Paper Mario 64. But again, I gotta give 64 the props in the map design.
I will say this.
It's more than just left and right.
I hated the Yoshi's Island in the original Paper Mario. Getting on Sushi every like 20 seconds and diving, I just hated that because I could never line it up properly, and I'd have to go to the front of the dock. And the piranha plants despite being tough enemies, were just everywhere.
But at the same time, but the map itself feels like a jungle.
It does.
Jungles are not easy to traverse. It does a good job of using the up and down. It does a good job of having you come out at different points. For example, after you go up to the Ravens, it spits you out right where you need to go. You don't have to go all the way back around. No, it spits you out exactly where you need to go. He makes a hole in the jungle, and then you go towards Lava Lava, and you go inside there, because now you've got the ability to do so. They create the lift, and you head down there.
I know the backtracking
the flow is much better.
I know the backtracking is kind of a lot in the jungle aspect, but the music, oh my god, the music and
the music is phenomenal.
the character growth in that, and the building, because you meet characters like Flavio and Bobbery. You got Crump, who's disguised as Four Eyes. You got Papatch, and they're fighting. They're squabbling. We're stranded. We're gonna die here. We gotta take inventory. And and later on, you go inside. You eventually go in Keelhaul Key or the Pirate's Grotto. And it really sets the mood. It's it gives a very cave kind of background music, and it truly makes you feel like you're exploring.
It does a very good job of that. But I wish there was more exploring to do. That's the problem with the map design. Again, it is left or right.
Take off the beanie.
It's left or right to go up or down on that same map panel to go left or right. That's the problem. And I mean, you do have, if you want to argue sushi, there are a lot of points in that section as well where it mirrors where you have to use the boat.
I'll tell you right now, though, if you hate
Which-
going left and right, you're gonna hate Super Paper Mario.
But I know it's a side scroller. It's a different kind of game. I'm okay with left and right if it's not an adventure game. If it is a platformer, that's different.
It's
Because
kind of
I'm
like a
expecting that.
platformer, yeah. But like Mario's like
Because
the
it's
only
very much
one who can.
portrayed as a platformer.
Yeah, Mario's like the only one that can make it a 3D. Because he's the only one
Mm-hmm.
that can. I don't know if that's a spoiler, but you can like
No, I'm
swap
not worried
between
about that.
dimensions.
And mechanics, I don't see as a spoiler so much. If anything,
Well,
because you're looking at the first two games as an exploration RPG, it's an adventure.
Bone will actually confirm that it is a dating sim.
Oh,
Bone,
What?
can you confirm this for me? I won't
need your
explain
opinion
on that.
this. If not, TJ, I need your help. We need the manager.
He knows it's a dating sim. He knows what I'm. If he's played Super Paper Mario, then he knows
Oh, I'm sure he's
that
played
it is
Super
a
Paper
dating
Mario.
sim.
Oh, what?
I will not
Is Super Paper Mario a dating sim?
I will not explain further on it. You're gonna have to play the game. Oh, you've never played Super?
Damn it, Bone! TJ!
What? Is there boobs?
Is there boobs?
Kind
Is there
of. Have you all never?
It's an
played-
important
I
thing
because
when
I
we're
want to talk about
discussing
Super
dating.
Paper Mario in a bit, because
Mm-hmm.
that is my third favorite, and that is.
Mhm.
Give me a paper cut. Yeah. Because they don't have.
You never played it? See, I thought you were the Paper Mario expert, though.
Because Super Paper Mario's combat is obviously in its own ballpark. It's not even turn-based,
Right.
which makes it completely out there. I'll tell you right now, they got rid of the partners in that game, and they've replaced them with these things called pixels. They like give you your abilities throughout the game. There's like a ground pound pixel, a hammer pixel,
Okay.
a platform. But outside of their initial introduction, they have no personality and will not say a word. Outside of like,
So it's like a slight beginning of a downfall, but it's still good.
the story is where it really shines. Because
Yeah.
this evil guy, he lost his. Oh, hold on, I have to play it. Oh, never mind.
Hold on, Wikipedia.
Hold on, I have to. No, I don't have to Wikipedia. It's okay. Mario and Chill's up next. All right, that's fine. Because there is the main bad guy. It's not Bowser. He lost his true love, and so he wants to bring forth the Chaos Heart and basically just get rid of everything. Kind of like a classic trope, like if I can't be happy, nobody else can be happy, and I'm gonna kill everybody else. And yeah, Michelle is goated. How spoiler? Because are you gonna play this?
It's not exactly a spoiler that Mr. L is Luigi.
It could have been anybody.
It could have been
You don't
anyone.
know that. It could have been anyone. It could be you. It could be me.
It could be.
But Michelle, oh my, his theme goes hard, and he is definitely one of my favorite villains. Because it's prophesized that the only person that can defeat... Because they have this book, I forget what it's called. But in this book, it prophesizes the Chaos Heart being brought forth, and Mario being the one to stop it. And like the only one to stop Mario is the man dressed in green, which is Luigi. So they fight for a bit.
Right.
I think it's pretty cool. Some of the stories are very good. There is like an Earthbound fight at one point in the game, and I think it's really cool. But the music in Super Mario is also very, very nice. It's so beautiful, and like because you're supposed to go and collect the 7 pure hearts.
Yeah. If there are aspects of what makes a good Paper Mario that I think we can both agree on that are very key. Story,
Absolutely.
charm,
Mhm.
and music.
Yes.
If those are 3 points that I think that are very important if you were to make a good Paper Mario, those are things that are a must.
Like it
And
has to be.
I
it
didn't
it
really
has to be
want to bring up.
captivating,
I didn't
you
want to
know?
bring up. Yeah, I didn't want to bring up Sticker Star again, but it fails on all those fronts.
Oh. 'Cause there is no story.
I know,
It's not
because we're just
captivating.
beating like a dead horse.
Why won't you get up, you stupid old? But
No, because there's definitely going to be up and down points in each game, regardless
Yeah.
of any game in whatever series. There's going to be good parts. There's going to be bad parts. For me, the biggest miss in Thousand Year Door is the map. It drives me absolutely berserk.
the map is kind of
I love the
big.
characters. I love the story. I love the characters. I love the combat. I loved the Pit of 100 Trials. I think that was a really good challenge. It reminded me of the Cave of Ordeals and Wind Waker.
First Paper
Twilight
Mario
Princess.
missed out. They should have had that. That would have been.
I don't think they thought of the concept because that hadn't really existed before. Is the thing. Ocarina of Time never had a Cave of Ordeals.
They do bring back
that
the
concept was.
sorry. They do bring back the Pit of 100 Trials in Super Paper Mario, but it's a miss for me because so instead of it being beat an enemy, move on, you have to clear the entire room of enemies within a certain amount of time, and
Yeah.
all you get for it, you don't even get anything good. You get a new pixel, and they just allow you to dash, allows you to run.
Oh wow, Dash. That sounds really fun.
And a long ass game like Super Paper Mario.
And we had that by default in the first game, and that's called the Z button.
Yeah. And I will
Which
admit,
also, can I bring up a good point? Why don't we get that back? I love the funny spin move. That was one of the
speedrunners
biggest things
need
that
to.
I was mad. I was mad
Put
right
my
out the
beanie
gate
back
playing
on.
Thousand
But
Year Door
speedrunners
because I
need to
couldn't
struggle.
funny spin.
That's why they. That's why we don't get it back. They need to struggle and they need to feel pain. I want harder
It's
bosses.
fun. I love the funny spin. I just like
You
the
know,
funny spin move.
I hope they bring back some kind of boss rush in TTYD remastered. They
Boss
need,
rushes are fun.
Cause when they announced it for the Super Mario RPG that they were going to bring back refightable bosses, I thought about how many boss fights are replayable in the first Super Paper Mario games. There's none in the first game. There's none in the first game. There's one. There is one refightable mini boss technically in Thousand Year Door, and that's Rock Hog. You can refight Rock Hog as many times as you want. Other than that,
Yeah, but yeah.
I can't think of another one besides Rock Hog. You can just keep fighting him, and that's it. And like
and
that
he's
that's
Rock
such a
Hawk.
miss. He's the best character in the Thousand Year Door. He's like the best character.
This boss fight's a fucking joke.
It is a joke. But he's the best character because he's so
kinda just
confident. He's the champ, and he has all these.
He's the champ.
Does all these cool and stylish moves.
to rock you.
He's like doing backflips and like grabbing the ceiling and like shaking stuff on you. Absolutely,
theme,
10 out of 10
though,
boss fight. I loved him. He was kind of
his music is great. He's a fucking joke, but his moves are aesthetically very good. But I guess that's kind of
he does like a little
the whole
sliding
thing.
tackle on you. I love him.
Mhm.
He's rock
Yeah,
hog,
no, they
and
do
he's
a
the
good
best fucking character in the game.
little Yoshi is right there. Okay. I'm gonna hurt your feelings, Spiny, and I am
No.
so sorry.
Don't hurt my
I'm gonna hurt your
Don't hurt
feelings.
my-
I'm gonna hurt
You
your
don't need to do
feelings. I'm
that.
so sorry.
You don't need to do this.
The Lil Yoshi is better lackluster.
I love this. I like Spot.
Lackluster. He is lackluster.
Bro, okay,
There's
so
no reason to
okay,
use him.
if he
I was so mad.
I'll say this: if he wasn't the last partner that you got in the game, he would have been a lot cooler, and you would have had a lot more reason to use him.
I would have, honestly, yeah, because he makes for a taxi that goes over lava and he goes over spikes.
If you would have gotten him the same time, you would have gotten like Paracarry, or like instead of Paracarry.
I'd have rather used Paracarry. Paracarry.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, Paracarry's way cooler, but like, you would have been forced to use Lackluster.
I would have been forced to use him more, but I don't. Even then, I don't know if I would have used him to fight. Because his basic attack is a pain to aim. It drifts on purpose.
Well,
it's.
Allow me to introduce you to our Lord and Savior, Flurry, who...
I hate her just as much. I don't use Lackluster. I don't use Flurry.
But Booba!
Right? They're not... I don't care. She's fucking
Whoa,
terrifying.
TJ! He said it! TJ, he said he didn't care. He did say he didn't care about
TJ's
Booba.
all about... but I don't care about Flurry.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt
There's
that
a
you
difference.
said this. I can't believe you would say this
No,
to
no,
me.
no.
On my show.
Like I said,
on the day of my
I
daughter's
feelings.
wedding.
The day of my daughter's
What do
wedding.
you mean
Yeah,
she
exactly,
ugly?
TJ, but she ugly. She ugly.
You guys are actually off. Like, L takes you. Whatever. But it's me, after all.
Flurry is goated.
I goddamn right,
What are we
Bo.
talking about?
He doesn't even know! He doesn't even know who we're talking about.
That's great. Oh, it's great.
Dude,
TJ,
I
this
love
is
Flurry,
why
man.
you're the manager.
She is the first partner that I ever beat Bonetail with. Because her lip lock was a self-healing and a pierced defense.
I don't know.
So
I don't care for it.
So like, I'm like, shit, I gotta save all these healing items for me, and my partners keep going down. Flurry pierces defense and heals herself. Clear choice. Clear choice for me.
But I don't have any reason to use her. I've got better party members.
Just using one with the lollipop head. You mean Vivian?
And big lips.
Vivian is best girl, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Vivian is funny enough. I was honestly really thinking about the comparisons between the party members. The reflections between the two games is kind of funny because they gave the characters more character. I will say that. They did a much better job at giving each party member better story. But other than that, each party member is a copy-paste to an extent from the first game.
I will say,
as far as how they function.
I will say this. Because like I think they did do a better job exploring the character in the second game than the first one. Because as soon as Goombario's like join your party, family's like, see ya, have a good one, later. Coops,
Yeah.
not Coops, Cooper, thank God.
Yeah, Cooper.
Cooper had no sword. You got a shell back for him, and he's like, okay, let's go. Coops had, his dad was presumed dead. He had a girlfriend at home that he wanted to get stronger for, and he set out on a journey. He wanted to be the mayor of the town. Like, they did such a good job. What?
I don't like him. I like the stories.
You don't like Coops?
He's a fucking nerd.
Dude, I love Coops. He's like he's like one of my favorites.
I'll pick Cooper any day of the week.
Cooper's so boring though.
I don't care for him. I like
stick in the butt.
I'm sorry. I like Cooper's abilities better.
They're like the same
far as that
ones.
goes. That's another point that I actually want to bring up in general. Is abilities between party members are funny enough almost identical, with the exceptions of a couple of changes. I actually made a whole list.
What was Cooper's abilities? Because I know he didn't have the shell shield. What did he have?
No. Coops is Cooper. Coops has a defense boost he can give you instead of making enemies dizzy, and an armor ignore ground attack instead of a fire attack which can burn enemies. Goombella is Girl Goombario. They have the same exact attacks, except Goombella can heal Mario, and Goombario can charge up his attack power.
Which is so
Bobbery
awful. They replaced
Yeah.
Goombario's ability with a 1 BP badge.
Yeah. Bobbery is Bombette, but better in a lot of regards. His attack
God
is
damn
Joe
right,
Dog,
that's my
which ignores
dog.
Armor. It isn't affected by spikes or elements. Bombette has to use FP to bomb and has Body Slam, which causes her to be vulnerable to spikes or elements. Both have fantastic explosive attacks, though, through Power Bomb and Mega Bomb to hit all grounded targets or all targets. Paracarry, he's a fantastic party member, carries
Love
you over gaps, has Shell Shot, which deals huge single target damage for only 3 FP. Skydive's is an okay move and does damage, but is not immune to spiked enemies. He has Shell.
I will take
weakness.
Gale Force over Airlift any day, though.
I don't like either one. Airlift is not super useful in my own opinion. You don't get star points for enemies carried off the field by any party member. Air Raid hits all targets for the same damage of Shell Shot. Flurry, I believe, is supposed to be the Sushi equivalent, but she has Gale Force, which blows away all enemies, and you get no star points.
I'd
She has
say
Body Slam
Coops.
like Sushi.
Because Sushi has the spits water on you to increase your defense. Please, if chat knows how that works, let me know. I'd love to coat myself in water to boost my
Coat
defense.
yourself in
Good luck
spit in
shooting
water.
me when I have water over my...
But if we were talking, I mean more along the lines of parallels between 64 and TTYD rather than, I don't know, because both
Well,
Coops
you don't have to
and
compare partners
Cooper
anymore,
perform the
'cause-
same way.
They got rid of that.
Yeah.
RPGs having partners, let's just, let's scrap that. No other game beats that.
Body Slam, Flurry has it like Sushi, but you have to aim it.
Oh
which
my
feels a
god, I
bit
hate
clunky.
Flurry's
She can-
body slam so much.
I know. She can steal HP, which is pretty nice. She has and Dodgy Fog, which lets Mario dodge attacks. She reveals hidden pathways for parts of the map by blowing away panels of paper. Sushi deals heavy damage to fire enemies, boosts Mario's defense, and has an AoE water attack. Her belly flop takes no aiming and does what it needs to, so therefore it's better than Body Slam.
But I will say that, like, when it so we're on the comparing partners right now, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. It basically what is the same parallel but slightly adjusted between the two.
I
'cause
think-
it ends up being
The Thousand Year Door ones are vastly superior because, you know, Mario doesn't talk and paper form, so every time he needs to talk, the partner speaks for them, further expanding on
Right,
like their story.
right.
Because like in the Poshley Heights, whenever you're this is for example, whenever you're looking at the lock and say your partner says something, if you're with Miss Mouse, she'll just say, "Oh, it's locked.
Right.
You want me to break the lock open?" And I'm like, I love
It's-
that. That's so charming.
I'm speaking more mechanically than I am story-wise. Because,
Okay.
like I said, story-wise, they absolutely expanded on that aspect of the partners. And so, story-wise, again, when it comes to the partners, I will give that to Thousand Year Door when it comes to the partner story. Because it's definitely improved.
With the when it
So I'm
comes to the
speaking purely abilities and mechanics as a comparison.
Coops is just vastly superior to Cooper in my eyes, because you can now not only shoot the shell out, but you can keep it out there for as long as you want and run around and do whatever you
Yes,
want.
that is an improvement. Field abilities definitely had some improvements for sure. Because they were able to learn, but they also basically copied and improved what they did in the first game. And when you have something that's a predecessor, you have room to improve on it because you now have hindsight to go back and do it. If Thousand Year Door was the first game, it would not be the game it is now without the first one.
Because Little
Because
Yoshi,
it had nothing to build on.
because Little Yoshi's basically a copy of Lackluster and Paracarry.
Right, which is the next one I'm going to talk about, is Baby Yoshi. He's a fantastic
You
companion.
can call him Ice
He's
Storm.
lackluster,
He's the best one.
but actually...
I hate Ice Storm.
True.
I will never use Ice Storm again in any game.
I can't believe I made that a thing.
Whenever the remastered comes out, he will be named Ice Storm in that one as well.
I'm so proud of you. He is... So Baby Yoshi is lackluster, but actually useful. He has
Dude, don't do
Paracarry's
my
ability
dog
to
like
get
that.
over
You could
gaps.
just say it a little improved. You didn't
He
have
has
to hurt him.
has the ability to move fast like Lackluster. He is the taxi. His moves in combat are great, but he does suffer from having low attack power outside of his goal.
Hold on, can I
Partner-
talk about Dodgy Fog? as an ability.
Sure.
Dog
Go for
shit.
it.
Awful. Why would you? It's not even 100% miss like Vivian. Just if you want it, just slap on like 2 pretty luckies or a lucky day, and it accomplishes
See,
the same thing.
I also have a comparison between her and Bo that I want to go over too, because in my opinion, they're probably the best companions in both games. So the Yoshi suffers from low attack power outside of his gulp. Partner power badges usually fix this. His only failing is a taxi that he can't fly over spikes like Lackluster, but it's not really an issue at all. Lackluster can fly over spikes and lava, which is really his only redeeming quality. He doesn't do a lot of damage. You have to aim his normal attack.
Man, why
He can
didn't they
AoE,
scale my
boost
boy
Mario's
right?
evasion, or blow away all enemies, and they give no star points.
Why didn't they scale my
I know.
boy right, dude? Like he didn't do
I
nothing
know.
wrong.
I know. And Vivian is Bo, but has AoE attacks and can burn or confuse enemies. Bo is drastically better in single target, but Vivian shines with AoE.
Absolutely.
Both party members are used to hide from strong attacks, but both have their own uses and shine in their respective jobs, which is Vivian hitting all targets and Bo doing phenomenal damage to single, because her fan slap is ridiculous.
Bo's like,
if you had the ability
when I do Master
damage
Quest,
up with partner
Bo's
power?
like 90% of what I'm going to use.
unless the enemy has armor, that's her only failing there.
Yeah, no, not a lot of like she does a lot of attacks, but only 1 damage at a time. So.
Yeah. Ms. Mouse is Watt. Both find hidden blocks, both ignore armor, but Ms. Mouse can steal items, but is also an optional party member.
I'm not
It's
gonna
neat,
lie.
but easy to miss if you don't do board missions.
I forgot that Watt reveals hidden blocks.
Yep.
I totally never used that aspect.
Yeah. But that's basically what the party members are. They do give the characters more story, but they are basically reflections of the first game.
They're improvements. To an extent.
To an extent, yes. There are things that they do differently or better in a lot of regards. The only one that I think stands out very much on his own is Parakarry. Parakarry is probably, in my opinion, one of the best partners in the game.
And I was like,
Simply because
he's cool.
he does
Having
so
a
much
Parakupa
damage.
as an ally is so cool. He
Yeah,
might not
and
do the
there's
most
that.
damage, but like he's interesting. He's more like he looks cool.
And he can deal damage without risk to himself with his abilities. His only failing is airlift. That's his only
Airlift
failing.
is not that good. Well, Paper Mario games, what is your favorite character besides Mario? Well, I was gonna say, like partner-wise,
Probably Bo. If we're talking party members, I love Bo. Bo is number one.
Bo's
She's sassy.
pretty good.
She probably gets the most story out of any party member in her chapter.
I like.
Oh, hey, there's 2 of me.
Whoops. Hold on. All right, there we go. Don't worry about that.
Where'd I go?
I don't know where. Hold on.
Oh, no.
There we go. All right.
I
don't know
vanished.
what
Oh,
that
hey,
was.
I'm back. Oh, hi.
I don't know what that was. But my favorite partner out of the 2 games that had partners. Speaking of which, while I'm thinking about that, do you think they should bring back partners?
I don't think it's a requirement for a good Paper Mario game.
Really?
I think it is nice for... I think you can make a good Paper Mario with or without it. Super Paper Mario has shown that it can do that. You've given it good praises. Origami King has replaceable party members, and it is an improvement over the previous installments of Sticker Star and Color Splash. Is it... Again, I cannot directly compare the 2 categories, I guess you could say. The new development team, which is Sticker Star Onward, and then the original 2. And then Super Paper Mario's kind of in the middle. I think, again, because Mario, his games are so moldable. I listed all these things, and he's even become paper. I think you could make a good Paper Mario game with or without partners, depending on how you do it. It all comes down to execution it comes down to the ability to make a charming game, a fun game, and would I like to see partners come back? Yeah, I love party members, especially if it's an RPG. But I don't think you need it for it to be a good Paper Mario.
I'm gonna say my favorite partner is either Koops or Bobbery or Vivian. Probably I like Vivian because she's Booba. Anyway, I like
Booba.
I like Bobbery because he has like one of the best stories out of any character. Because if you go into the final boss with Bobbery, he'll say, "I know my darling Scarlet is like looking down on me." That fucking broke me, dude. I almost cried. Like,
yeah, it's
damn.
very well done. As far as the story
well
goes, A Thousand Year Door does a fantastic job with the party members. It does them a lot more justice than the first game does. I don't know if that's limitations due to hardware, or they just didn't really think about it beyond their respective chapters.
They probably thought like, they're like, they don't care about they just want them for their abilities. They don't care about the. But we do care about.
Oh, okay, you guys like the party members. Let's give them some more story.
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's a question. What's your favorite party member? We got your Thousand Year Door favorites. What are your 64 favorites? And I'll tell you my Thousand Year Door favorites.
Well, Parakarry is probably number one. Then Lackluster, because I think he's cool, not because of his battling ability.
If we're not talking battling abilities, we're talking strictly just the characters.
Then Parakarry still is probably number one, and then Lackluster, and then my third's probably gotta be probably Bo.
Bo's awesome.
I like Bo.
So, like, if we're doing a top three, so
Okay, while you give your top three,
64
I'm going to take a quick run to the restroom, if you don't mind.
All right, sounds good.
Do your thing. I trust you.
Okay, if I had to pick a top three with 64, probably Bo, Parakarry, and then oh god, which one would be third? Hey TJ, how you doing? What you up to? What are you doing, TJ? So how are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Foster's stream now. True, I've taken over. The plot has come full circle. Let's talk about something else while he's gone. What are we talking about? What are we doing? We got saxophone. Let's go bone. Oh no. What are you guys doing? What are you up to? How's your weekend gonna be? What you guys doing for the weekend? Anything exciting? Anything fun? Let's talk about Halo. But you don't even play Halo. Tashi should have been here for that. Oh, you're suffering? You're playing Sticker Start, dude. I still can't believe you're doing that. I still can't believe you're doing that. No, I watched up through chapter 3. Bone was showing me, and there's no way I'm touching that game. I will not touch it. I refuse. You guys got it back on it. You're stuck on World 2. Yeah, that one, from what I've seen, definitely ends up having some trouble. Oh, he's back. Watch out. Oh, hey, nothing was happening. Nothing at all.
What are y'all talking about? What?
Oh, nothing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Bone, TJ, anything happen?
You're talking about Halo? What?
Who's that guy? This is Garbo.
But, what else? We're talking about Super Paper Mario or something like that. I think you'll like Super Paper Mario. It tells a captivating story. You'll like the dating sim that I talked about. It's pretty fun.
Fairy is gonna love the dating sim if that's actually a thing.
It is.
She's gonna want me to do almost nothing but.
There's only one section, unfortunately, where you get to do the dating sim, and it's great.
Okay. That's
But
funny. That's really funny.
you get to play as Bowser for like the entire game if you want, for most of it.
Really?
Yeah, the main
Really?
characters
Okay, I'll...
are. You want me to spoil it? I mean, like they. You don't. How do I say this? You don't have partners, but you have optional like main characters. You don't have to play for Mario the entire game if you don't want to.
So it's like it's more like how they do Mario 3D World or Mario Bros 2. You've got different characters that you can choose from in a roster to complete the game with, and they've each got unique aspects that they can use to complete the game.
Yeah. Exactly like that.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So, and again, its story is very good. The characters are very unique. I think you'll like Ochunks the best. You will definitely like Ochunks. He farts to fly, so.
Oh, it's Wario?
Kind of like Wario, yeah.
Kind of like Wario.
But, I'm trying to think about it, but you'll like it. It's hard to talk about, compare it, because you have a score at the top. Constantly. It doesn't do anything.
They're kind of like a steady pace, but it's like a standard Mario game. That's why I kind of put it, it's in the middle. It's kind of its own thing, which again is why I think you can make a good Paper Mario that isn't the standard formula if you do it right.
I'm not sure if you level up in it. I think you level up kind of. In it, there is some kind of progression. Obviously, combat is whatever. It's a side scroller at that point. It's not a turn based.
Yeah, exactly.
You can pretty much do whatever you want. But it's definitely it's definitely makes combat feel rewarding when you can just either kill it or walk past it, and it'll take about the same amount of time either way.
Just about.
But that's what I really liked about it. Now, a thing I wanted to go over with you is, because what the games that you've played is post-game. For every game. I think Thousand Year Door has the strongest post-game out of, even the modern things. I think it has the strongest post-game, hands down. Because of, like, things like the Pit of 100 Trials and the Trouble Stone. You could argue Super Paper Mario also has a very strong post-game. But good lord, man. There's a difference between, being able to complete a post game, and it's just impossible. It is almost impossible to complete Super Paper Mario. If you want to 100% it, you will be there for days.
Yeah.
Like, maybe weeks. Because there
does come a point where post-game can be good if it takes a lot of time, and there can be a point where post-game can be bad if it takes too much time.
Super Paper Mario is, like, I think Thousand Year Door is good, it has just enough content. But then Super Paper Mario,
it's got Pit of 100 Trials, but really that's about it. Unless you really got an itch to go and do, unless you've got a real big itch to go to, like, do every mission board, things like that.
Yeah,
Buttons,
but like
main story alone is 15 hours. Post game makes it 50 hours, if not more, for Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, if you want to,
that's a lot of post game.
I have never 100%ed Super Paper Mario. I don't think you physically can. The cookbook, there's like a tattle system, except it's not a tattle system. You gotta collect all the cards that tells you the enemy stats on them. You gotta collect all of those, and then let me tell you, there's 2 cookbooks that you have to complete. 2 full cookbooks. So like 400 recipes.
400? Excuse me?
There's almost 400.
There isn't 400 recipes between Thousand Year Door and 64.
I don't even think it's not 400. That might be a little much. I think it's more like 200 or something. I don't know.
That's still more.
And there's I can't tell. I'm very limited in what I can talk about with Super.
No.
You want me to just put it all out there?
No, go for it. All
right, well, the Pit of 100 Trials, there's 2 of them.
Really?
And one of them you have to do twice.
Why do you have to do it twice? Is it
do you want me to tell you that?
The second one? Sure. Is it story related or mechanics related?
No, it's not story related. It's part of the post game content.
Okay, yeah, if it's post game, I don't care.
You have to do both twice? No, there's only one you have to do twice. The first one, as soon as you do it, there's a boss at the end. You get the ability to dash with every character. Pog, awesome. The other one you do, there's an entity that like takes each character's like identity and screenshots it, and he's like, hey, these are still developing, so do it. By the time you do this again, it'll be ready. So then you have to go through and do it again, and that's how you get your own character's capture cards.
Yeah.
And it's not fun. And then, no, actually, my bad. There are three Pit of 100 Trials. There's only 2 Pit of 100 Trials, but there's a third 100 Trial challenge. The samurai level, where you got to beat 100 samurais in a row. This is also a post game.
The 100 battles.
And these are how you get the capture cards of your partners from the Thousand in Your Door. He's like, oh, these are my prices.
Can you plug into the capture card?
But
Is it an Elgato at least?
So there are 4 100 trial challenges that you have to. Good news is for the samurais though, 100% of them can be beaten if you just go in with Bowser and hold the down button. They will immediately die. You don't have to do anything else. Nice. And each one of them offers dialogue, and I can't tell you a single one of their dialogues.
Wow.
You go in, hold down, because Bowser does most damage.
Okay, how many characters can you beat it with?
You beat the game with? You can play as Mario.
Like, how many characters can you play?
You can play as 4.
Like, even just as a number, there's 4 characters.
There's 4 characters you can play as.
So take each one of those Pit of 100 Trials that you do.
No, okay, that is 4. A good thing. That it gives you all 4 of the characters.
Yeah.
To at once. So, but
So it's not like.
So there are.
We're not talking
4
like Mario 3D World levels of 100 completion.
There are 4. You have to do 4 100 pit challenges, and that's not counting the cookbooks or the other capture cards that you have to acquire. No.
That's too much of a good thing.
that's too generous.
I could understand 2. I would love if there was a trial and then a hard mode of that trial. I would love that. And for me, like with Twilight Princess, I can go through the Cave of Ordeals almost without using a healing item. I usually only need to use 1 potion just to get through the Cave of Ordeals. Think Pit of 100 Trials, but Zelda style.
Okay.
It's honestly really good. It's very well done. But it's 50 floors instead of 100. I always wish there was another one. Never do it. No, it's honestly very, very good.
I don't know.
Enjoy the
Bone said not to do
Princess, it's extremely good. Ice Go Burr. It's not that bad. I showed you how to do it. No,
it's just.
It made me wish there was a hard mode to it.
I feel like, but the post game for Super Paper Mario is absolutely ridiculous.
Excessive. It's excessive.
Never do that. It is like the worst thing. I've not done it, but I have beaten all of the 100 pit trials. I haven't gotten every capture card in the game, and I've never gotten all the cookbooks completed, but I have done all the 100 pit challenges. Don't do it. It's so
Have
boring.
you ever done Pit of 100 Trials in Thousand Year Door without taking a mover? Have you made that a rule?
Without taking a what?
Before? A mover.
No, I actually haven't.
From floors to floor. You should try that sometime.
Well, I'm going to be doing a crowd-controlled version of the Pit of 100 Trials soon, so that'll be, thumbs up. Thank you.
Follow Spineycoin at twitch.tv.
Twitch.tv/Spineycoin.
100 Trials struggle.
So I'm gonna do something really quickly. There we go.
Oh no.
You're back.
Also, on the note of crowd control, if I could divert just for a second, I gotta say I'm disappointed in what they're doing with crowd control. From what you've told me, that sounds really obnoxious.
Yeah,
with like the bits thing.
If you donate through with bits instead of like through the website, that it does link the website. You might be able to turn that off. I haven't looked too much into it to be able to turn it off, but like if you donate with bits, it'll say, hey, you can get it for cheaper over at our website, and I'm like, don't do that. Don't
Yeah, and then Yeah, don't self-promo in the chat. And then you got the whole problem of where it's like, oh, but you have to earn this much money through crowd control. You mean I have to do another Twitch payout?
It is
Hard
another
enough
Twitch
getting the first
payout.
one.
You're like, I have trouble reaching this one. Like,
Oh no, I don't need trouble reaching this next one. Oh,
but
man.
you know, it's fine. I'm gonna suffer through it.
Yeah,
Just like
it's been of 100 trials.
But you know, I can't wait to have my items clogged with ice storms again.
Me too. Oh, but you know what? They can't. They can't.
Oh well, yeah, cause like the points don't
Channel
transfer over.
points. And they fucked up the channel points as well. You can't. You can only redeem so many from
Yeah.
a channel point.
You can only
The
do
meme
it
is dead.
so much now. Game's dead. Should have done it whenever
I
I was
hope you
first doing
saved
it.
the VOD.
It wouldn't be so
hope you
bad if
saved
they
the
didn't
VOD.
force 2.0 on you. They're like, okay, we're officially done with 1.0. You can no longer use 1.0. And I'm like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's fine.
Or at least give the option for us to be able to have only so many redeems of a certain kind, kind of like how you can
Yeah.
choose with your channel point redeems to like I only want this redeemed 2 or 3 times a stream.
Yeah,
Or I wanna
that seems a
cool
lot
down on this
more, a lot less demanding.
A lot less restrictive.
But I'm back to what
Back
we're
to
talking
Paper
about, Paper Mario. Now.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm curious what you were gonna say. No, I was
Nah,
gonna.
I was
bring
gonna say, we
up
could get
something
into
else.
Sticker Star.
We could, but I think we can pretty much generally agree that Sticker Star is a sack of shit, and it should be sorry that it exists.
Dude, I can't believe they would do it like that. And they made it a level. Can I complain about that? How they made it a level?
Go for it.
Like, who? Why would you do that? Like this isn't your typical Mario game where like, oh, you beat level 1, go to level 2. No, Paper Mario Sticker Star is quite literally that. Like you just go from level 1 to level 2. There's open world.
You know,
Piss off. You're not getting it.
I would be okay with a map overworld like that if it were done correctly, because you do it in 2D Marios all the time.
Yeah.
It's a tried and true system. They're gonna be doing it in Mario Wonder, but you've got just bad design on it. It's just
It's
not
not
well
good.
laid out. You got the whole sticker mechanic. You can run away from enemies to beat them. The list goes on and on and on.
Yo, Sangod, how you doing? I wasn't playing Unite. What are you talking about? That was another Spinic
What's
one.
Unite?
Yeah, I don't know what Unite is.
That's a different one.
Yeah, that was a
Rotate
different one.
Coin.
They were good though. How are you doing today? They were good. How you doing,
You
Sangod?
don't like the style of backtracking and need to find secrets? Yeah, the required secret
Oh my!
finding
Have you
I
played
think is
Chapter
stupid.
3? If you saw Chapter 3 in Sticker Star,
I saw Chapter 3. I watched
Are
the
you-
entirety, and that was enough for me to stop watching.
I'll tell you right now, most games have like 5 or 6 levels. Chapter 3 has 19.
12.
It
19
it
if you count
has
the
13
backtrack.
actual levels, but it makes you go into 19 different levels. You have to go to one that's not
There's
even
12, and
in
they make
Chapter
you go to
3.
5 at the same time.
You have to go into one that's not
You have
even...
to backtrack 5 times.
You have to back...
Yeah.
No. I made
It's
him watch it.
awful.
It's so awful. Chapter 3, honestly, I wouldn't bitch as much as I do about it. I mean, it's still a dog shit game without Chapter 3.
Oh,
But with
absolutely.
it, it's so bad, dude.
It's bad. It's really bad. No, it's genuinely not.
I
It's
prefer the open
genuinely not a good
worldness
game.
of like the first 3 games and Origami King. I don't know how Stickers or Color Splash does it. I've not played it, so that's
Yeah, Color Splash, I don't have any knowledge on it other than that it just sounds like it's.
I can't believe TJ wants to play this game.
Suffered worse.
I don't think you have, buddy. Like this
He's been on a binge lately of playing through bad games.
Sticker Star Chapter 3, my instant favorite with how much people suffered through it. It's so bad. It's so
Buttons just like
bad.
saying Anarchy.
I'm playing bad games for fun. You won't have fun. You won't have. At least tell me you didn't pay for this game. I don't encourage emulation. I hope you emulated this. I hope you did.
This one deserves to be emulated.
I've never played a Persona
played
game
Persona?
either. I'm sorry.
Persona 1. Persona 1. Trash game, it's far worse than Sticker Star. You have it on official 3DS.
Oh, yeah, okay, so you got it on the official orange 3DS.
The orange GameCube. It's an orange GameCube.
All official consoles are orange.
Yeah. No, the orange GameCube can play all kinds of things. It can play Game Boy Advance,
Yeah.
it can play DS, it can play...
The orange
it can
GameCube
play
knows
Wii.
all.
It can play Switch games.
But no, with how much
Magical Star
backtracking.
Sign. I have not heard that game in years. My sister played the hell out of a Magical Star Sign. Holy shit.
But with how much backtracking there's, again, my main gripe with Super Paper Mario is, I'm a fan of it personally, but there are like, you know, the Paper Mario community is how the Paper Mario community has always been. If it's not like the first two games, then it's not Paper Mario.
That was probably the most obnoxious thing streaming Origami King was new people coming in. It's not Thousand Year Door. How could I ever possibly like the game? It's not Thousand Year Door. This house. It's all not the same. I'm just gonna complain about it the whole damn time.
So, God, why do you want to see my
Every-
forehead so bad? God damn. All chat asks about my forehead. But what the Bagel, you're so cringe! Yo, mods, break her kneecaps. Break her kneecaps. It's time to perish. Time to
okay,
go.
It's okay.
Look at that
Look at
content.
that
God
content.
damn. I'm here trying to talk about
content,
Paper
damn it,
Mario, and
content.
people are like, damn, that forehead.
No, I'm just saying, when do we get a put on redeem?
What?
Yeah,
How am I gonna
to
put
put on
on?
Redeem.
What if I already have it on?
Well, then you just the beanie.
I just adjust the beanie.
I mean, they could redeem it while the beanie's off anyway, so why not?
I'll put it on. I'll make one after this. But you know
have
what?
a
Let's
war
put,
in chat.
I have another beanie. I'll just start
Put on
stacking
two
beanies.
It'd be like one of those nesting dolls.
See / put on beanie. But
Put on beanie. Bagel isn't playing down. Oh no.
I will say this: Super Paper Mario is definitely different, even by today's standards.
Yeah.
It is different. Like you're either gonna, I think you'll have some mixed emotions, but at the end of the day, you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. Super Paper Mario is so good. To me, it is. To me, it is good. Did you type Lamau in my fucking chat because of
Lamau.
I'm gonna ban bastards. Well, this is the first and last coin cast of all time.
Worth it.
Put my beanie over my headphones. Here we go. This is great.
Also, I gotta say, for real, this has been really, really fun.
It has been really fun. How long do you want to go for? You go for like another, however long you got.
I'm good for roughly about. I'm good for at least up to a little over 3 hours.
Okay, we can do 3. I
It-
don't even have it
depending
on.
How much we have to talk about?
I don't even have it on anymore. They're still redeeming Take It Off. I didn't even
You
put
can
it.
just throw the beanie in.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Where is? What am I supposed to be doing?
See has stopped working.
Sangod, why do you hate me?
Oh, dude.
But the music. We haven't really touched on the music a lot.
The music is probably one of the best points of. If I were to,
Awful.
I think
Chat. I hate my
the
chat.
music in 64 and Thousand Year Door definitely stand on their own. Origami King did a good job of bringing back good music in a lot of different areas.
I do like the songs that Olivia sings. I think those are really cute.
Yes,
And the coffee shop theme.
she's a great character. I love Olivia.
I like Olivia. She's cool. I hate the idea of, and this was introduced in Super Paper Mario. I hate having only one character that does all the talking. Like you got
does it
Tippy
well,
in the
though.
first.
I have to give her that.
You got Tippy, Curtsy, the paint bucket dude, and Olivia. I hate having only one character that's just like, because no other character has it's like almost like nobody else is allowed to have personality besides the one that does all the talk. Like Mario's just Mario, and I agree he shouldn't be able to talk because he's Mario. Mario never talks.
He's Mario.
But like when all
But Luigi is Dr. Time.
where is Luigi? It's Luigi time. Luigi's allowed to talk.
Cave Explorer.
I like to, but yeah, it's a shame they made them like that. True. Like, I don't want a single character to just deliver the exposition.
Specifically for Mario or in general?
Just like I want like a multitude of characters to have like feeling. Like I want a lot of the good guys to have, because the bad guys are gonna monologue forever. Like they're always gonna say,
Oh, for sure.
I'm a villain because of XXX and this. And then, like, you'll have the standard Tippy or Olivia character goes, but you can't do that. That's bad.
If there's instances that I could argue for it, though...
I'm gonna put my beanie back on before the... Because I think people are done. I think that I am out of the redeems for take the beanie off. I think that's fine.
If there are points where I think I could be an advocate for an instance of characters where they are the sole source or only character giving that sort of a role, Olivia, while not being the best, does do a very good job at it in comparison to her predecessors as sole providers of that. She does a good job of it. Is it preferable in your instance? No. You like, as you said, having multiple characters doing it. But there are examples of characters where they are sole providers of that, and they do a phenomenal job of it in other games. Cortana does a very good job. Chief has things he says, but he does not really speak. She often speaks for him through 90% of the game. She speaks for him.
I can't say much about it because I haven't replayed it as much as you have.
Right.
But okay, but I know there are other instances of that being bad. I've never even played Skyward Sword, and I already know Fee's ass is like the most hated in the universe.
On the Wii, yes. On the Wii, yes. Switch, they toned her back. I love Fee. She grew on me. I really like her. Is she as in-depth as others? No, but they genuinely improved her. I think they did a really good job with her in the HD version.
TJ, shut
Skyward
up.
Sword's your favorite Zelda game? No, it is. It is his favorite. It was really good on the Switch version. Yeah, no, they did
He
a
says
very,
the Wii
very good
version,
job with
too.
the Switch version. It was his very first, actually. He is being for real.
Oh, wow.
He did honestly really enjoy it, and he was honestly one of the first people I've heard say that. And then I really thought about the game itself as far as like the design of it, things like that, and yeah, I could definitely appreciate the game for what it is.
Twilight Princess was the first one I beat as well.
But as far as like solo party members that do a good job of being that solo role, Midna, Twilight Princess, like I said, her character, she's an asshole to begin with, and she grows and develops, and
She's not an asshole, she's a goth mommy. she's my short stack queen.
You want your Dami mommy? I guess it's better than having a Vami mommy, but hey, do you?
No! I need someone to back me up. Why is she so why is my short queen so feisty today?
We got the we also got
Goddamn right, Sand God.
We also got the boat in Wind Waker.
Oh, King of Red Lions.
Fantastic. Yeah. The King of Red Lions. Fantastic solo character. So there are examples in other games of where a single character can do that job very well.
That's true. That's true.
And
there are
honestly really loved characters. So it's not impossible to do. I think it's just a matter of how well they make that solo character. Like, for example, the The one in Sticker Star is an abomination. There's nothing likable about
Oh,
that
yeah.
character.
Kirsty's a straight up bitch.
Mhm,
Like, has no redeeming qualities.
mhm.
I will say
Yeah.
this, she does die at the end, but then she comes back, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. But then you're like, oh man, she came back.
So, like, she died, she sacrifices herself, she's like, Mario, I'll help you. And then she dies, and then Mario gets one wish, and it's to bring her back.
It's like, sweet release, Mario. Why would you do
Why,
that?
Mario, why would you bring her back? Why would you do this?
Ugh.
She's just so unlikable. Oh my lord.
No, I know. I was seeing dialogue from her, and it's like, how do you... there is no redeeming quality about this character
Sorry,
other
let
than
me know
her just
spoilers
not
for Boost
being
this
on
year.
screen.
Bass, you better play fucking Inside Story before Bone murders you.
So, I have to be completely honest, and this is another thing with Thousand Year Door that I have...
We can expand upon this if you want to go into, like, just Mario RPGs in general.
we could.
Well,
But
that
I
could
do
be
want
another
to talk
time.
about this one this one aspect to the story of Thousand Year Door that makes me mad.
Oh.
So, I love the story, but it's too goddamn wordy. It goes on and on in dialogue. Dialogue pads on forever.
Are you telling me you didn't like mashing A 100 times to say I love you to his girl? You're telling me that that wasn't your ideal gameplay? For shame.
No.
I can't believe they made you do that. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cute, but then like, no, they made you mash A 100 times.
No. Leave her. Find a different one.
She ain't worth it.
Her design for mashing A so hard. No, that was from Metroid Dread. I hurt my arm mashing in Metroid Dread. Okay. The sheer amount of dialogue genuinely hurt my voice.
'Cause you like to give your
died
characters
on
voices.
the train. I love giving my characters voices.
I love
I
the
have not
train
been
level.
able to steadily do. I've given up playing on that level so many times. I had dubbed the Thousand Year Door the 1,000 Year Bore because
What?
as a
Oh,
kid,
you're hurting
yes, as a
me.
kid. No. As a kid, I could not complete the game to save my life because I would get to the train. I'm like, I'm done. I'm tired of talking to characters.
The train is my second
And when
favorite
I
level.
did that, the story on it is great. Again, nothing wrong with the story, but the sheer amount of godforsaken dialogue is there.
The penguin can go on for a little while.
I played that level back in November last year. My voice has not recovered.
Oof.
4 hours. It took me 3 to 4 hours of reading dialogue out loud. My voice has not been the same since. It genuinely destroyed me. It's my fault for trying to give every character a unique voice and ones that I was having fun with at the time, but
Shame on you
I
for being
did
a
not
good
expect it.
as a good streamer. That's an L take.
But it was rough. I voiced every damn character on that train. But if people wonder, as far as like people that have been on my streams, why I haven't done as many voices for characters, because after about maybe 20 minutes with certain voices, I can't do it anymore. I have to stop. Some I can do easier than others, but if it's constant dialogue, I genuinely can't do it as much as I did before. And it's kind of sad because it's something I've loved doing ever since I was a kid, so I gotta figure out how to get that back. But
I would never do that. Like, you give your characters
No.
voices like that. I'm like, I'll give a few voices,
Yeah.
and then I'll be like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna stop doing that, and we're gonna see what Chad thinks about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. We're gonna. It's an experience. It's a learning experience. And I'd had points where I'd made my voice tired before, but I always bounce back. But
Go, thank God. See you later,
have
man.
a good stream. Catch you later. All right, have a good one, dude. Appreciate you stopping in.
But yeah, when it comes to content, how much game content there is, like Circuit Star didn't even have any content. Post game,
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is no post game in Circuit Star. Once you beat it,
Mhm.
done. No reason to pick it back
That's
up
because
again.
it gave all you the. It gave you all the potential post game in chapter 3.
They're like, we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap it on up here.
Oh man, you wanted to know where your post game was? It's in chapter 3.
I don't know much about Color Splash, but I'm assuming it follows a similar structure. Also, I want to talk about this. In the remake of the Thousand Year Door coming out, have you seen that they might be adding new sprites to the game?
No, I hadn't actually paid too much attention to it, other than I don't know if I want to backtrack in HD or not.
You're so cringe. Anyway, they showed this. There's a new Toad in the Glitz pit, or in the Glitz pit, Glitzville area. It's like a purple Toad with like a hat on. That's not in the original. And so there's a theory that there are going to be new sprites, like new character sprites, introduced.
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be very cool. I'd like to see that. But because they already had so many like unique sprites in that game. And named Toads. By the way, bring back named Toads. I don't know why you would not give your.
I know.
Why would you not give your characters like names? I don't.
Well, see, here's the weird thing too, from a design perspective, and everyone talks about the Mario mandate. I'm calling bullshit.
When you see Toadsworth, they don't know who you're talking about.
There's so many games that have come out since Thousand Year Door where people have made new Mario characters within the universe. I don't get what they're talking about with any of that. Miyamoto said use characters within the realm of Super Mario, and they went complete 180 on that and just said,
we're gonna make all of them Toad. They will only be Toad.
It's just Toad. Toad's gonna be your favorite boy.
You don't like Toad? I can sound like this. I can sound like this. I can sound. We're all Toad. Which character am I?
Toad now.
Or is there two
Was
spiny
there
coins?
2 spiny coins today?
No, that's Bastris. He's right there. Go follow him. Give a shout out for Bastris again. DJ, do the manager role. Give him a shout out. No? Alright, well, I tried, Bast.
How you doing?
I tried, man.
Oh, no problem.
You don't get a shout out anymore.
Tried.
No more shout outs.
I guess I don't. It's all done. No more shout outs. Thank you, TJ.
Shut up.
Thank you. Shadow Wizard, buddy.
We love casting spells.
We love casting spells.
You know, I
made the sounder
Ice Storm's our favorite spell.
Absolutely. Shout out Sticker Star.
You're so cringe. Dude, Sticker Star is so awful. Such a dumb, awful game. I can't even talk anything about good.
You had brought up music though.
Yeah.
What are your favorite paper? If you were to pick a favorite song from, let's start with the first 2 games. What are your first 2 favorite songs from those games? You got the follow? Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I appreciate that.
I like Shooting Star Summit.
Yes.
Because it's very like lively and like kind of like with a hint of whimsical, and like I like
it's
that.
Mysterious.
And I know just like said I didn't like Chapter 5 in the first game, but the music does make you feel like you're in an actual jungle, and that you want to explore it.
It does a very good job.
Also,
and I love the Shy Guys in there.
I was about to say Shy Guys Toy Box is another very good one. And the fight against Bowser at the end.
Oh, that last theme is so good.
That's good. But with the second game, the second game, I like the Glitzville area. It's like da 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 da. I love that one. So I have a more question for you.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm trying to think of what another good one is. Like I mentioned, Rugport Sewers. You know, you said they could be kind of bland. I love the music. Who's more difficult, Melania or the 3 anti-guy? Melania. I'm sorry.
It's definitely Melania.
I hate a Melania. I'll do a Dark Souls. Yo, bastard, we gotta do a Dark Souls one though. Because I've actually played a Dark Souls contest. I love Dark Souls.
I would love to do that. I still need to play 2. It's the only one I've not played.
No, you don't need to play 2.
I want to make my own opinion on it, honestly, because it's split between people. Either they love it or hate it. And I have had the similar experience. I've had people tell me, oh, Xenoblade 1 is better than Xenoblade 2. I've loved both of them. Genuinely. I've had an absolute blast playing both.
Yeah, there's a cat girl in the second one, though. Like, of course you're gonna like it. What's wrong with... I like the cat girl.
Yeah.
Why is she a cat? Did they go over that? They explain that?
She's not super thick, though. She's not super thick.
No, did they ever explain why she's a cat girl, though, and not like a human?
Because it's one of the races in the world.
Oh. Okay.
It's just one of the races.
Yeah, it's just...
There's lots of cat.
You're either human or cat girl. There's no other race you can play as. You pick your poison.
Buttons. Love it just because people hate it like I would. It's funny watching people complain. It's true. It's true.
That's
Pyra,
fair.
true.
You got Pyra. You got Mommies in the second one. I haven't even played the first one. I don't know who's in the first one besides I'm Really Feeling It, dude. What's Shulk?
There's Fiora and there's Sharla. Sharla pretty thick.
Yeah, but is she
There's
feeling it?
Melia. She kind of thick. I mean, you could feel it.
Is she really feeling it?
She's just kind of like the type of let you really feeling it. You know what I mean?
I'm really feeling it. There's too many British people in Xenoblade for me to like, though.
Also,
I'm required to say this is a
Xenoblade
joke.
1 has Ricky. Better not accidentally spoil Xenoblade 3 for Bosters.
I've never even played Xenoblade 1 or 2. How can I spoil 3? Is the Monado in 3?
You know what's actually kind of funny, and this is kind of on topic at the same time.
They are RPGs, aren't
Through
they?
streaming, yeah. But like fan bases, because we're talking about differences and comparisons. Like we're both fans of. You're a fan of Thousand Year Door. It's your favorite out of them. Paper Mario 64 is my favorite out of them.
Yeah.
But we're able to come together and have a discussion on it, and both talk about the goods and the faults of each game, things like that. But if there's anything that I have found interesting as I've gotten more involved on Twitch, started streaming, things like that, is the intensity that fan bases get without any or very little knowledge on their own parts, or just flat out opinions.
You can't have an opinion on the internet. That's like Internet 101. You're not allowed to have an opinion.
But the ones that surprised me the most, as far as like there being either tryhards, mostly tryhards, the ones that shocked me were Paper Mario, Xenoblade, Fire Emblem.
What's that?
And of course, Pokemon. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never played
But the
Fire
fan
Emblem.
bases, it's always my game's the best game. All yours fucking suck. And
I know Pokemon's like
my
that.
game or Pokemon is probably one of
worst.
the most guilty ones out there. Pokemon,
like if you like
to
anything
stream a
before Gen
Pokemon
5,
game.
if you like anything but Gen 5 and before, you're a boomer, and if you like anything Gen 6 and after, you're like a 3D casualist or something.
Yeah, so it's
ridiculous.
I think there's definitely something that you could pull from any of the game, well, almost any of the games, at least for some aspect where you could find something that was good. But everybody is just, no, my way is the only way, and there's no discussion, and we're not going to have any kind of conversation on this.
Like,
and if you're playing this game, I'm going to come in here and bother you the whole time that you're not playing the one that I like, and then chat is going to erupt in a constant stream.
Like I said, I liked Super Paper Mario.
arguments.
I could be killed on the internet for saying that. They're gonna I have Paper Mario fans outside of my house.
TJ, apparently I'm the unicorn out of the Fire Emblem community, whatever that means. Just called you that once. No, it's true. You're like one of the only, you and Veteran are like some of the only Fire Emblem fans. There's been a couple of others, but that are not just adamant about how the way that certain things are done. Paper Mario, I say, because when I was playing Origami King, people
I'm gonna check if my door's
constantly
closed. I don't
bitching.
think Thom closed the door. Like,
No problem. But like people just constantly bitching about Origami King not being the original 2 games. It's like, just enjoy it for what it is. it's proven that it's not a bad game, so let's just enjoy it for what it is, you know? You just enjoy a series and want to share it. I don't understand tryhards. Yeah, just have fun. If there's a character that you like in a certain game and you want to make them good, go for it. I mean, if anything that I've discovered in the time that I've streamed Fire
I don't know what that was.
It's been good.
But I'm back.
Welcome back.
Alright, what about Origami King?
Origami King, I was just saying, it was one of the frustrating things that I had with it when I was streaming it, is I constantly have Paper Mario fans coming in and complaining that it's not 64 Thousand Year Door. And it's like, then why are you searching for Origami King?
Well,
there's other channels you can go watch.
You know what's funny? I had the opposite problem. Whenever I streamed Origami King the first day, I was like, you know, I labeled my stream, you know, seeing if because people do say bad things about Origami King. I'm like, I labeled it something like seeing if Origami King is, you know, as bad as people say. I just had a wave of people come in there and say, oh, Origami King's not bad. It's like one of the greatest ones ever. And I'm like, okay, well, let me play the game and make that opinion myself.
Right.
But
I would say it's a definite improvement over what they've been doing. Is it the best thing? No, but it's better than what it was. Bone, to be fair, I found you were searching for 1,000 Year Door, and I found you. I was weirded out when I saw a Paper Mario 64 stream. When
that is fair.
For 1,000 Year Door.
Whenever I first raided you, also Garcelle, thank you for the follow. Whenever I was first searching for somebody to raid after my first subathon, like 2 years ago, I saw you just beat the original Paper Mario, and I'm like, you know, I raided out like the last second. Sorry, and I'm like. But that's how we started our friendship arc.
Hey, Stinky.
Yeah, it is, and it's awesome. I'm very thankful for that, and I'm glad that we were able to meet up, be friends. Because honestly, it's been a real blessing.
Oh, thanks, man. Yep, we joined the same time. Spoons. We did Spines. We did. Like he just beat the game for me, and that was really cool.
That was really cool.
Spiny let's give a shout out to you, Spiny. And I was like, damn.
Yep.
Well, you know, TJ, it's nice to see you. Nice to know that you care enough about me too. That's just one here. But now I'm on for whatever reason.
Because you're the manager.
He's the manager. You're the manager of the Go to Valley tag. You have to be allowed literally anywhere that has Go to Valley.
I am so. I always come in and I see Go to Valley. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I know you wanted it. And I'm like, you know what? I'll give it to you.
It's been my goal since I started doing the whole Golden Valley thing with Spacebox, because he's been doing it even longer than I have, and he got me doing it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get as many streamers as I can to have the Golden Valley
and I'm
tag,
like,
even if they're
we already share like a lot of the community, so I'm like, I might as well do it.
Exactly. It's great.
But no, I really do think you'll enjoy Super Paper Mario, even with everything that I've told you. Do it for
absolutely.
Do it for the dating sim. Do it for that reason alone.
Well, I sure hope I find my soulmate on Super Paper Mario.
Let me tell you, it's an experience. You do get to choose your own options.
Oh no!
You do get to. It's certainly a journey that you take.
It sounds like it's definitely a journey.
But now that I've beaten every Paper Mario game except for Color Splash. Also, I need to change. Okay, so Babster's gonna disappear for a second while I. Choose a new. Playlist to watch. Actually, we'll listen to Samus. We'll listen to this one. Don't look at this. There we go. He's back.
Oh no, leaving Discord.
Yeah, leaving Discord. That's so cringe. I would never do that.
Oh no.
I would never. I would never just crop Discord. That's cringe. What are We're using
No,
the
of
guest
course
star
not, of course
feature that everybody does.
Absolutely.
Like, why would I ever do that?
We are professional.
We
What we don't know.
have standards here, damn it. And I've failed every one of them. It's so why does it just close whenever you're not on screen? I don't understand.
I don't know. Discord's just demanding, I guess.
Discord is very demanding. Like, hey, what tab you looking at? You better be looking at us.
You gotta use our tab, so
You gotta use our tab if you want to use our service. You gotta use our tab.
Gotta use our tabs. You gotta use those tabs.
Come on, what are you doing here? But
What are you doing here? Okay, so favorite Thousand Year Door songs.
Oh yeah,
What's
that's
your
what we're
favorite
talking about. The Thousand Year Door has I said Glitzville. That was a good one. The Roadport Sewers. The Happy Sad song is
Happy Sad song.
the one that plays during Bobbery's letter.
Oh yeah, that
The
one.
one where that dude's remembering his lost love, like during the optional quest line.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
tugs at my heart. That makes me cry every single time. Every
Okay.
single time I cry because it's
No,
so
it's very good.
it's so hard.
It's very good. Mhm.
But and I've heard a theory about this. And Ichigo,
Ichigo!
I want your take because you played Thousand Year Door.
Okay.
In the modern era of DLC, would you want a Paper Mario Thousand Year Door DLC of the Marvelous Compass, which Luigi goes on his quest? Because I've heard mixed results.
It's
I've heard people say
all
that.
written out already as it is.
Because I've heard
so
people.
it might as well.
I've heard people say that it would take away from like the charm if you're able to be there. Like it ruins like the immersion that it has. Because like the partners
Do
are like,
people
okay, you
really
hear this
read
guy?
all
He
of-
sucks. He's awful.
Does anyone really read all of his dialogue half the time anyway? I did.
I do. I do. I love his
And I
dialogue.
read it all in a monotone voice, just like this the whole time.
Also, Rock Hawk's
Oh,
theme's
dude.
really good too. I just want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
The
Rockhawk's theme is fantastic.
Super Paper Mario also has some very killer soundtracks. Like the Pure Heart theme's really good. Like the
See, I
final
haven't
boss
heard any
fight
of
theme
those.
has the final boss theme is very spectacular, very amazing. Love that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
There's honestly Super Paper Mario is killing it in the sound department and the story. Really good. You're gonna love it. Like that needs to be like the next one you stream. You need to get that game.
You know, honestly, thinking about what you said about Luigi's adventure with the compass,
Yeah.
why not just make that its own Paper Mario game? Just a Paper Luigi spin-off.
Paper
like you've got how
Luigi?
you've got.
Do you think there's a following for Paper
fuck yeah.
Luigi? Get out of here. Get him out. Mods, ban him.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's
Why,
my
why
fun.
would Nintendo capitalize on that? Why would they do that?
Honestly, I think it'd be really popular.
I'd
I
rather
think
get another
people would
Metroid
really like
Other
it.
M than a Paper Luigi game.
I think you'd enjoy it,
would.
especially if it was the old style. I think you'd really
Oh
have a
my
lot of
lord,
fun
dude!
with
If it
that.
was the old style, I'd love to play as Grass in a
Because he's got a
Broadway.
He's got all these party members that they did nothing with, which honestly makes me wonder if they were reject party members for the original design.
I think it'd be good. I definitely think it'd be cool. But other than that, I'd want it, but like I can see why people don't want it because they want to
I don't know why
preserve.
you
They want to
wouldn't want it.
preserve their canon. Because right now it can be anything they want to make up. But like if there's like a set canon, like this is what happened, and there's nothing that you can like. Your imagination's like dead. You know.
I mean, truth be told, player canon doesn't matter
That is true.
in the long theme
Yeah.
of thing. When it comes to a game, people ruin new releases for themselves before it ever comes out because they have an expectation in their mind on what a game should be when it comes
And
out.
it already like they've already like because like either it's going to be unrealistic and no game's ever going to meet it,
Right.
or they've already hated it. Like they've already told themselves they're going to hate it. So no matter how good it is when it comes out, they already hate it, no matter how good it is.
Right, exactly. And I think that's a big brunt of what Origami King got to an extent, because it already had bad titles behind it. You start to see some similar mechanics, and you're like, nope, this is just as bad, this is shit, this is
I'm
bad,
not even going to
this
lie,
is bad.
I was a victim of that at first.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sticker
Yeah.
Star and Color Splash have set the bar so low, I'm like, I can't be disappointed again. I
Yeah,
can't.
it's going to happen with that sort of thing, and people have ruined games for themselves because of it.
Yeah.
And even just by word of mouth, people will ruin a game experience before they ever get there just because they're told it's bad without ever seeing any gameplay on something at all.
Yeah.
And I had that mistake with Skyward Sword. I've seen the differences that have changed it in the Switch version, and I can agree that it needed those changes. But after having played it myself, I loved Skyward Sword HD. And I was able to make my own opinion on
I
it.
just don't like Zelda. I'm sorry.
I mean, if it's not your
I
thing,
hate
then there you go.
puzzles.
But I'm just
I'm
using
so
as an
dumb.
example. I'm just using it as okay, but you made it through Origami King, and if you were dumb as you say, you wouldn't have been able to do it.
No, with the game's handhold mode, I was very able to do it. They go, let me solve the puzzle for you. And now,
No,
how
you
do you
didn't
feel?
even
I'm like,
see
yay!
There's an item you can equip in the game that solves the combat puzzles for you, so you're just doing the attacks basically.
Sticker Star has that too. It's called running away.
But
Let me ask you this: how do you feel about combat from Sticker Star onward? Because from Sticker Star onward, there is no reason to fight ever.
I mean, Origami King, you do have reasons. I will say that the coins are used for more things, especially if you're going for collectibles.
That's fair, but you can also get
items-
coins from the overworld. I ended the game with 20,000 coins. I never struggled to have coins to progress, so I mean,
Right, but were you buying things?
yeah, I mean, I bought the 10,000 hard upgrade in the Springs spa area. I bought a lot of things. There were some things I couldn't buy at the end that were like 8,000. I didn't have it at the time, but
Yeah. Did
I-
you ever go back to Toad Town and take a look at the accessory shop or anything like that?
I never
Get
needed
anything there?
to progress. No, like if you wanted 100%, I understand needing coins, but like on a
Or not
casual
even
playthrough,
100%, but more of if you were getting just things that you wanted, just because you wanted to get them.
I never had to go back for battle items. I'll tell you that.
Battle items, I'm always the person that over prepares, so I bought plenty of items. I never had a shortage of them because I had enough coins from battling to be able to go forward. And one of the biggest reasons I kept battling too was because it helped me get better at the formations, so I could more recognize what patterns they're expecting me to put these guys in, so when I get to the required battles, it's not that bad to do because I can recognize it there.
Me, I
That
always
makes
just paid the
sense.
toads. It was 100 coins. It wasn't that much, and I would always pay the toads because like that, because it's a way for me to also that's a way for the game to reward me for exploring. You know, I
Yeah,
collected
yeah.
a resource in toads. I'm going
Yeah.
to use it.
Yeah, I absolutely used it too. I used it a whole bunch. If I found I was low on time, I'm like, no, I want to solve this. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to pay the toads, get more time. And I also use the toads during the boss fights because I used it for being able to heal if I didn't have an item at the time.
Oh, that was
let's say I missed
yeah.
an
I'm not
action
going to waste a
command.
turn to heal. I'm just going to pay like 500 coins,
Yeah.
get a 100 heart heal. But like that, that's my problem. Like combat isn't really worth doing because you can find 1,000 coin bags just lying around. You hit a tree, get 100 coins. You save a toad, like 100 coins. You open up a wall, that's like 1,000 coins.
Well, not necessarily. It depends on what it is that you. It depends on the specific one because you don't always get 1,000 coins for patching a wall.
Yeah,
It's more of one that was hiding somewhere because I went around and did a lot of I tried to find as many toads as I could because I thought it was really creative. Some of the places that they hid.
I thought that was really cool. That was like my favorite thing about exploring was finding the toads. But in the later chapters, they didn't have any toads hiding, really. Like in like the Shangri-Spa Springs area, there were like no toads hiding. I didn't find a single
I guess
one.
that's because they're supposed to be isolated and stuff. They're up in the air.
But that's a
I guess
whole,
that was their reason
that's
behind
fair.
that.
But that is a whole chapter where there's just there's nothing.
Yeah.
So that's my complaint there. It was a fun level, mainly because it wasn't that long. It was kind of, I think it was like the shortest of the chapters. Well, the thing that did annoy me was the instant game over mechanic with the chain chomp that you got if you didn't go
really
the right
care for
area.
that either.
Instant death, no saves, just dead. I'm like,
I mean, if anything, at least you've got the save point behind you that's not very far off, so you can try it again. But the
why make it
game
in
over is a
general?
bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah,
like I appreciated the save point being there.
It's absolutely got a problem with that. My problem, my biggest issue with Origami King that I will absolutely lay out to dry is the Shy Guy game. Fuck that minigame.
You don't like the Shy Guy minigame? Let me tell you, you weren't there for this. My chat, I went into the sudden death round, and my chat, because like, and I was like, oh, can you finish this song? And I'm like, oh fuck, if this is from like the last time I played, I have no idea. And chat was like, it's A, vote A. And I'm like, okay, I'll vote A.
Yeah.
And it wasn't A, and I died, and I had to do the entire mini game over again.
Yep.
And I did all of that for a trophy that I'm not even gonna 100% the game.
Yep.
I timed out every single chat member who said A.
I don't blame you.
I timed out like
I did not care
people,
for that.
3 or 4 people who were like, "This A." But
The Bone. That's one thing you like about the newer Paper Mario games. They've made amazing ways of making the paper aspect more fleshed out and beautiful. Right. They've capitalized more on the paper stuff.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like that. I miss it to where it was more of an aesthetic than it was actually implemented. Because in the original Paper Mario, I don't think it's even mentioned once that the world's made of paper. Nobody acknowledges it. You don't get any powers that have to do with paper. It's just thematical. And Thousand Year Door,
the second one it does touch on it.
You got the paper airplane. You got the tube mode. You can go sideways.
The boat. You got
the boat. You got all those, but
and
like
those
those
are paper
are
aspects to it.
Yeah, those are they're not like commonly used, but they're well placed. Like you don't rarely use it, but they're not like you're using it all the time. But in later, and again in Super Paper Mario, I don't even think it's mentioned that the world's made of paper. I like it when it was more of a thematic sense than it was like, hey, in case you forgot, the world's made of paper because you got confetti and you got holes and you got origami and you got stickers and color. Like, I get it. The world's made of paper. You don't have to make 3 games explaining to me that the world's made of paper.
I did think the patching the holes was a neat idea. I thought it was interesting that the world's basically being devoured
Did they
by
buttons?
these
I'm
big
sorry.
machete monsters. That's not mentioned.
No, no, it's not mentioned? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not mentioned once that the world's made of paper. And I see where they're like bringing back like the cardboard aesthetic in the Thousand Year Door remake. Where, like, and that worries me a little bit because I'm not
it's gonna be more.
Like I mean, it's more cartoony, I guess, in a sense. Than like, oh hey, it's a real paper mache. Like if I wanted to see real paper like boxes, I'd go find a box. And it's a box.
I don't know. I kind of appreciated having a bit more of that to an extent because it does remind you that it is paper and not cartoon. Because that's the thing, it's not cartoon. It's Paper Mario.
Yeah,
I guess.
I
Otherwise,
do.
it'd be Toon Mario.
But like in the first one, and you said the first one's your favorite, right? It's never
Yeah.
mentioned that it's paper.
No.
It's
But
a
it
thematic
shows
sense.
in a lot of different aspects. Although everything is more like the way the houses open up and things like that. They're not
Yeah.
3D to an extent. It's more like a sheet of paper that's being moved around or things like that. You have a Mario falling from space and he's going down.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this
It's like
anytime
more
he
thematical than
falls.
you actually get to use it. I don't mind the
Yeah.
sections in Thousand Year Door where you have to use the paper things. I think it's kind of, if you know the lore behind it, like have you been to the storyteller on top? If you know lore behind the chests, that's really cool.
Of which part?
Of the Thousand Year Door, where like the storyteller tells you the chests and like basically the lore of the
No.
game.
No. I haven't.
You've
there
been
in
not been a
all honesty.
storyteller?
I didn't even know it existed.
If you give them 5 coins, they'll tell you like a story, and it like explains like how the demon was sealed originally, and like how the heroes.
Oh, gotcha.
So the heroes of old are actually in the chest. They were cursed. As soon as they let go of the crystal stars, it tells you how the crystal stars got to where they are,
Gotcha.
and so that's like a ton of world
Okay.
building. That's just a part of the game.
Yeah.
I should boost that part
I
actually.
guess to me,
Okay.
I guess to me, the dialogue in Thousand Year Door, while it does a good job, again, it feels bloated to me and very, very wordy. Especially after having read the whole thing aloud. It's very bloated.
My favorite thing to say is when it comes to too much dialogue, I'm like, filler? I think you mean world building.
Oh, I'm all for world building. I'm absolutely for world building. But it really did feel like it just there were 5 sentences for something that could have been done in 2 or 3. And I am all for good writing, but there's so many times where it's just, will you guys stop talking? I want to go to the I need to go right, and I'm tired of reading.
Like somebody is being murdered in the next panel. I need to go save them.
Exactly. Stop talking.
But
Or like you go over a panel and then they dialogue again, and then you go back to the left and they're dialoguing again.
yo, EP, welcome on in.
So-
How you doing today?
Welcome in.
A game I want to mention, and I don't know if we should mention. Have you played Mario and Luigi Paper Jam?
I have not actually.
It's
What sort of game are we looking at there?
It's the last Mario and Luigi game before Alpha Dream went out of, went bankrupt. It is a cross. Is this your cooler older brother? Yes. This is my cooler older brother, Bastrus.
How's it
Boostress,
going,
if
machine?
you feel cool.
Booster. It's me.
But it is a. Have you ever heard of Paper Jam? Or
I've heard of it. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
heard of it. But
it's-
I'm not. I don't think I've actually seen anything on it.
it's Mario and Luigi and Paper Mario in a team. Of
Okay.
and
Really?
yeah, and they all team because like apparently their worlds are the same. Because like Luigi finds a book in the Princess Peach's castle that contains the entire Paper Mario universe. And
That's
it's-
cool. I like that concept.
Trax will tell you how much Paper Mario sucks in that game. It's not good.
Yeah.
It,
I've definitely not heard
like
praise
combat
about it.
wise and even mechanic wise, it's not good. Story wise, it's pretty
Oh.
cool. Cause crossing dimensions and everything is pretty cool. You know, you have Paper
I
Bowser.
think the concept is really neat.
Because you have Paper Bowser and Bowser like plotting to overthrow each other. They're because like they're both talking to Kamek, their version of Kamek, and they're like, "Oh, that other guy's strong. He's almost my equal," and like they're saying the exact same thing.
I love it.
They're like, "Oh,
That's
he's
a
really
good-
strong," but like,
Even in a bad game, it's got a charm to it.
It's very
that
charming.
I like that. I like that charm, and I definitely feel that that is something that is
But-
necessary for a Paper Mario game to be good.
one of the things that I hate. Okay, so you know how getting toads is optional in Origami
Mhm.
King. What if it
guests
was
required. Yeah, no. I will pass on that. I
What
will
if it-
absolutely pass on that.
Yo, Brian, you want me to drink something?
We got hydrate.
Fine.
We got
I
hydrate
have to
right
go get
here.
something.
We hydrating. I came
I'm
prepared. It's not
hydrating
even my
right now.
stream, and I came prepared. It's not even my stream, and I came prepared. Always bring water. No one redeemed hydrate this entire stream? I guess not. I guess not. At least hydrate isn't 1K anymore. You know, you make a valid point. It really shouldn't be 1K. That said, have you guys been hydrating? You should be.
I'm back. No one redeemed hydrate this
Welcome
entire
back.
stream. Yeah, can you believe it? It's also because I only have soda right now.
That's not hydrating, Spidey.
We ran out of water yesterday, and I'm not drinking. You won't catch my ass drinking tap water.
Get one of these. Get one of these.
What is that?
It's a filter. No, this is tap water, but it goes through a filter. Works great. You can never buy a water bottle again.
We have one. It's we have one in like those like gallons, but then you have to. It doesn't like. So we have the most unoptimal filter in our like this gallon of like water thing. This pitcher.
Yeah.
You can't
Uh-huh.
fill up the whole thing on one cycle. You have to wait for it to be filtered, then fill it up again in order for the whole pitcher to be full. It's so unoptimal.
That's very unoptimal.
It's-
You need a
it's-
more optimal
it's-
water system.
We do. I'm gonna play the original Paper Mario in a few hours. You should. It's very good.
Nice. It's
I'm just kidding. It
fantastic.
sucks and it's awful. You gotta play Thousand Year Door, idiot. What are you doing? Unoptimal Paper Mario gameplay? Yeah, what are you? A fool? Like 8 years
Can't
old?
even-
Fucking
You can't even
boomer.
use the B button.
Yeah, hope you enjoy your cringe combat. Never played one before, Scrub. Then yeah, definitely start with the first one.
Yeah, no, first one, you'll definitely enjoy it. It's really good. Have fun with that one for sure.
Oh, just stick a filter to your sink. No, I will never stick anything ever. Sticker-Star's got me traumatized of sticking things.
What, you don't want to stick a sink to something?
Nope, I'm not gonna do that. You play Thousand Year Door and talk to a specific toad instead. It's funny because after you beat the game, he never mentions Fire Emblem. He'll mention that Paper Mario is his favorite game.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I want to do the
does.
mod so bad for Paper Mario 64. Which one?
The one that makes it like Thousand Year Door. I don't want him spoiled first.
I want to do Master Quest so bad. I'm gonna figure out how to legally mod my orange GameCube to play.
Your orange game.
My orange GameCube to play Paper Mario 64. Is it called Paper Mario 64 or is it just called Paper Mario?
It's just called Paper Mario.
Okay.
Usually people will, because they're like, "Oh yeah, I like Paper Mario." I'm like, "Which one?" Paper Mario 64.
Yeah. It's.
Mario RPG. Mario RPG is phenomenal. It is.
Have you
what
played the
sparked-
first one? Like or Super
Oh,
Mario
absolutely.
RPG? I have not.
Absolutely.
I don't.
It is so freaking good.
I'm
You
so
are
jealous.
gonna
I
love
want it. I want it badly. But if I go on eBay, the price gouging is real. So
Spiny, you have an orange GameCube.
I'm an orange. I'm a collector though, and I'm so excited for the first one to come out. I am.
Mhm.
That's gonna be it.
No, have fun with the remake when it comes out, or remaster. It looks beautiful. It looks absolutely gorgeous.
And Gino's my
and I'm
favorite.
excited about
Apparently, Gino's everybody's fucking favorite character. Everybody and their
Gino's
mom loves
everybody's
Gino.
favorite. It's great. Everyone complained that he wasn't in Smash, and I enjoyed all the complaining because it's just one thing. that
Apparently,
everyone
he's not
complains
allowed
about.
in a lot of Nintendo IPs because who made the game?
He's a SquareSoft character.
SquareSoft.
He is mainly a SquareSoft character, which is also one of the reasons why he is not in Smash, because he is a Square IP.
Hey, he was in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga for that one scene.
He was.
He was
yeah.
the pachinko machine thing, dude. He's a puppet pirate. What is not to love? Apparently, they've made the game a lot easier too, which I'm kind of sad about. because I love punishing
Which
myself.
part?
If you land an action command, you damage all enemies now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you can, like,
It's
do,
more
like,
s- I don't know if it's
You can do like a triple
easier.
team move or something now.
They've added extra mechanics to it because there are points in RPG where it would have been nice to have an AoE attack like that. So it's almost like a quality of life, and I don't know if it's necessarily. I need to watch it again. I can't remember if it was like a perfect timing or just an action command thing in general, where if you time it perfectly, it'll do the AoE, or if it's just a flat thing. So I'm not entirely sure.
You do get
which
to
aspect
bounce
they're adding.
between the new sound and the old one, the old soundtrack.
That's nice.
Because the
I
old
like
soundtrack
that.
for the forest, that's peak. That is
It's very good.
that is so good. Back to Paper Jam though, it's man, they had because it's such a cool concept that
Mhm.
Paper Mario crosses over with their other RPG series.
Yeah.
Horribly executed, awful.
Yeah, yeah. If they could execute that honestly
I'm not watching One Piece.
probably would have taken my favorite spot. It probably would have taken my favorite spot.
Yeah, it was like, because I always build it like Mario's the DPS, Luigi's the tank, and Paper Mario is like he's the wild card. He's like, because he has a health bar, but not really. He has like copies of himself, and after he loses all of his copies, then he goes down to his health bar.
Okay.
He's usually the last one to go down. And
See, for me with Mario and Luigi, I just power and stash all the way. Every
hell
time.
yeah, that's how
There's
it's
no
done.
Reason, there's no reason to build anything else. You can just if there's any point that I do put in something else, it's because power and stash are only giving one. So I'm gonna put in something else so I can get almost a guaranteed 5 or 6.
Yeah, but now in Paper Jam, I'm some people don't even count it as a Paper Mario game because I mean it is at the end of the day a Mario and Luigi title instead.
Yeah, yeah. But it is a
But-
Paper Mario crossover.
Yeah, it's a cross- so I feel like we should count
merging
it.
Of the two. Yeah, I think you could do it because it has Paper Mario.
The game
in it.
is
So you could say it's like a half point.
The game is ridiculously long. Like it is, it's long in some aspects, but I'll give it this: there are replayable boss fights, which are that's always a good thing. I can't think of a single
Yes.
instance in any game where an optional replayable boss fight is bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
What
I
is that
love
bad?
being able to go back and fight old bosses. I love boss rushes.
Exactly.
I absolutely love boss
Why
rushes.
don't ever?
I
why
mean,
doesn't every
it-
game have that?
one of
Nintendo,
the only
please add
boss
that in
rushes-
Chief Body remake. I'm praying right now. Please do this.
That'd be great. Okay, okay. Here's something that would never happen. It would never happen. But what if they had a second Pit of 100 Trials, but certain floors had bosses? Like every 10 floors or so, you had a boss that was stronger, same fight, but tougher.
What about every 9 floors? Because I do enjoy having the option to, or like not every 9 floors, but like every floor before the 10th floor. Because I do like having the option to, get like a reward, and or do you want it to be every 10th floor? Because so after you beat the boss, you get the option to heal up and get your
Mhm.
loot and then leave. Is that what you?
You could. You could. No, I think you could probably do that safely. Either that. I mean, it ends up being the same concept because it still ends up the same number of floors that you're fighting on. You're still
Yeah.
having different things go on. But the opportunity that it has with having every 10th floor is that every 5th floor you could throw in the mini boss on floor 5.
What is a mini boss
For
to
whatever
you?
section you were in. A mini boss is a boss that was not the main boss of that section.
I feel like Rockhawk
It's
wouldn't qualify as a mini boss though. He's like a 40 base health is like I don't even know how much
Rockhawk's a mini
Grubba
boss.
had. I think Grubba had like 50.
Grubba had more.
He had more,
Grubba
but
had
like
more, but
40.
Grubba was
Good
a tougher
lord,
fight.
man.
I don't think Rock Hawk would be a main boss because if it's not giving you a crystal star, it's not a main boss.
He's not a main boss, but for me, it was somebody like Gus, like the guy who's guarding the east side of town, would be a mini boss.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, I mean, you do have those in the pit. You got the Dark Crows. Are they
Yeah.
called Craws or something?
Here's a funny thought. Okay, if I were to make my own personal Pit of 100 Trials, my own personal, theme all the floors according to what you would be fighting up to Hooktail. Maybe put in either the spiky guys or the Gus. Put him on floor 5.
You're gonna put Gus up.
And
Jesus Christ, that's a little
Mm,
like for a first
I think you could put
playthrough.
him on.
Gus is
Okay, but maybe you have to beat the first Pit of 100 Trials in order to access the second one, which means your
hey,
learning
Super
experience-
Paper Mario. They do
But
that.
It's different, and it would give you your boss rush near equivalent, but also let you kind of do a thematic 10 floor theme.
Games
and-
need more boss rushes.
Yeah, they do, because section you could have.
Oh, so you're cutting in and out just a little bit.
Oh, it's my internet. It does this every once in
Oh,
a
you're
while.
fine then. Yeah,
It should be getting back to normal.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're fine.
Okay, we should be good. What you could do with the Glitz Pit Chapter 4 section, you could literally redo some of the best arena fights in the Glitz Pit, but tougher on those
I
floors.
like that. Or like every like for some reason like the chapter bosses want to come and like be the champion of like the Glitz Pit, and they're like, actually, so after you become champion,
Yeah.
they come back and they're like, I want to be the champion now. You're like,
Or if you want to just completely simplify it, put a boss rush in the Glitz Pit.
like you have it be like an underground ring kind of deal, you know?
Yeah. I personally would love a themed, honestly, a themed Pit of 100 Trials would be awesome. Because that'd give you the full flavor.
Yeah.
Especially if they modeled the different floors based off of, like, the areas that you're in instead of the basic theme that's in the Pit of 100 Trials. That would be kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree. But
if you want to keep it simple, just throw all the bosses in the Glitz Pit.
absolutely have like a instead of like 100 100 floors is like 10, and every one of them is like a boss. From like least difficult to like hardest.
Mm-hmm.
God, that would, man. The sad thing about the worst part about being a Nintendo fan is having good ideas and knowing that Nintendo has the same ideas, but they choose not to do it.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part.
Speaking of, and I asked you this question before we started stream, if you were to make your own Paper Mario, what would you do? What would you like to see? Obviously, I'm gonna guess you're gonna want partners back.
Number one thing is
But-
partners. I will have it this though. You can, and I meant to bring this up whenever I said Paper Mario Thousand Year Combat is too easy. Have it to where you can't change the order of who attacks. You have to keep Mario, because like if you wanted to, you can stack up on live streams, super stream, ultra streams, put Mario in the back, and never die.
Mm-hmm.
You'll just be an unkillable god, because they are going to attack Mario in the back still, but not as often as if you were in the front. Because if you're in the back and super got everything, like why bother playing the game? Paper Mario,
exactly.
The first Paper Mario game didn't land a 10 out of 10 on combat either, with the partner not being to be attacked at all. But they did a lot better job, in my opinion, than Thousand Door.
Yeah, I will say, for me, I do prefer my partner not having health, because I hate using items on them to heal them. I absolutely hate it. I would rather them be out for a couple of turns than me have to waste items on them. That's just me. I don't mind using power-ups on them, but I do not like healing them. I absolutely
For
do.
me, I do enjoy my partner being able to take damage because it makes me play smarter. I'm like, okay, I gotta heal. I gotta make sure I stay healthy, but I also have to make sure my partner stays healthy. What do I need to waste more? My items or my star meter? Because I can heal them up with either. Or if my partner, if I need to switch my partner out, I'm like, okay, I need to save this partner for later in the pit. Or
Absolutely.
I'll sacrifice this one and save them for a later time. It makes me play more strategically, and that's why I love being able to. And simplify
there
it.
are layers to having it.
Yeah.
There are layers and benefits and downsides to each aspect of whether they have health or not.
Yeah, there's
and
good
I can
and bad.
definitely see both. Yes, absolutely.
Partner only run.
Partner only run.
I've thought about doing that, but I'd need like a mod because there's no way that they're not going to attack Mario at least once or twice. I mean, there's literally a do nothing. But if you wanted to just keep
and you would just use the super guard for that.
Yeah, the super guard, it's just super guard makes it trivial, you know? Like it's just so easy. Like why
Because like you were saying, you just stack up behind.
Exactly. You're just
unless you want to count that well,
yeah.
Here's the reason I say super guard is because when you run out of party members, you qualify that as a game over.
You could, but like in a partner, if you want to do a partner only run, like where's the limit? Like say Goombella goes down and you still
guard.
Like say Goombella goes down.
You're only allowed to super guard with Mario.
Yeah, say Goombella goes down though, and you still have like 3 other partners. Like one of your main characters just died. Are you allowed to just keep going to run out of partners? Because then you're not gonna lose. You have like you have like 8 partners in the game, or like it's like actually like 6 or 7, but.
Okay, you want to make it stupid? Make it a Nuzlocke.
Paper Mario Nuzlocke. Goombella fucking dies. Well, that's it's not impossible because you can hit grounded. You can't you can hit spiked enemies with power blocks.
Yeah.
That's actually the fastest farm. Not a lot of people know this, which is surprising to me. Have you ever failed the first quiz show of the game? Like,
I don't even remember what
to
it
get the
was.
stone keys. Yeah, I gotta do the Thwomps quiz show.
I think I failed it on purpose.
Yeah, you're supposed to fail it on purpose because you'll spawn 5 clefts,
Oh.
and you don't meet those until chapter 2. And they all have 2 health, and they all have the same weakness of a power block. If you beat them, they give you like 30 experience points for chapter 1.
Wow.
They give you like, it's more like 20, 25 or something, but they give you an unholy amount of experience points for that early in the game. So
Yeah,
I'll just go in, I'll fail it immediately, make sure I have a spare power block, because if you don't have a power block, you will die. You have, your hammer doesn't deal enough damage to pierce her defense, and you only have Goombella as, I mean, no, you won't die, actually. What am I kidding? Super Guard, that does 1 damage, just go Super Guard, come on!
There you go.
Give it up for Super Guard! You're right!
What Bone said.
You can't die if you Super Guard, cause congratulations! You're good at the game!
I feel like there are also moments in the game where it is a bit overtuned because of the Super Guard mechanic. So if you don't know it, it makes the game a lot more difficult than it needs to be in some sections. Primarily the final boss, which this is one gripe that I think you experienced in your crowd control run.
Listen.
One thing I love about 64 is it gets the Goku Spirit Bomb moment done and out of the way when you're headed to Bowser's Castle. You never have to see it again. During the Thousand Year Door, while it makes for a great first time, if you die on that phase and you have to watch it again, I fucking hate it.
It's a really good phase.
It is,
really
but I hate it. It is, and you got to watch it twice.
Yeah, so I liked it so much that I watched it twice. But
it's.
I think the Glitz Pit was probably the worst it ever got in my crowd control.
Yeah. You had a bit of a time with the Glitz Pit.
They're like, what if we give you an ice storm though? it makes it,
Dude,
I was very
helped you
worried.
in so many places.
I was really worried I wasn't gonna be able to beat the game because some sections require you to have a certain like items in your inventory. Like you have to bring the coconut to Flavio to trade for the cola. But you have to have item space, obviously. But no, you can indeed just toss something out, and that's good. I was very worried that you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But,
Finally done with Chapter 2 of Sticker Star. Time to Suffer in World 3. Congratulations,
give you an
World 3 is
07
three
right
times
now,
as
dude.
long.
it's gonna be 3 times as long and 3 times as painful. It's not fun. You won't
As
enjoy
everything else that you have done. Take everything you've done so far and multiply it by 3.
it. Just remember what we've taught you. Run away. Just run away from every fight. Doesn't matter. You thought combat was useless in Color Splash and Origami King? It's really fucking worthless in Sticker Star because you don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
Like it's never a good fight.
But what would you like to do if you could put in something for your own Paper Mario game?
Boss Rush.
So we got Boss Rush.
I want partners. I want combat to be a mix of the first 2 games. I want it to be an actual RPG again. Cut the stickers, cut the puzzles. I want to reward player creativity. I don't want there to be one solution every time.
You want it to be an RPG?
I want it to be an RPG. I want there to be like I want there to be more of a Thousand Year Door story. Because I did like I did like the first one. But I feel like scripted losses only work once or twice in a series.
Oh, for sure. And thankfully it only does that once.
But I want, what else would I want? Cooking, like Thousand Year Door has a lot of the mechanics that I actually want. I'm trying to think of something I would implement from like Origami King or something like that.
I would like the map design.
I want
honestly,
fast travel.
I would love the map design.
Because fast travel was introduced in Origami King. Because like they all connected at Toad Town and you could just take a pipe to it. I'd add that. Because Thousand Year Door could really have used that.
That was one of the best things they did. Oh god, seriously.
Because I know if I wanted to go to far out
sewers.
If I wanted to go to Far Outpost, good fucking luck, buddy. You're going through the sewers, bitch, and you're gonna be going.
Ugh.
I am glad that they gave you the riding companion very early in the Thousand Year Door.
Yeah.
And I felt that like
really
that
did.
minimized a lot of the backtracking, because Yoshi is like really fast.
Yeah,
in the worst way.
He's very fast.
That's fair. Still my favorite game of all time. I will defend Thousand Year Door to the death. Nothing.
No,
I'm
very objective when it comes to an overall global theme as far as that goes. And it's the multitude of failures that it has that keeps it from being higher for me. I can very much appreciate the good things about it, but it's primarily the failings that it has, and repetitivity is something that absolutely will tank a game for me. If I have to keep doing something over and over and over and over, I'm done.
Understandable. Yeah, that sounds like hell. Morphtronic, hello. How you doing today, man? For
Welcome
me, I'm trying to think of something I'd implement, because I want to try and implement stuff from like every Paper Mario game into my favorite one. I'm trying to think of something from Color Sticker Star that I'd want.
Implement in Sticker Star by not implementing it.
Yeah, it'll be included by being excluded. And I hate to say this,
Exactly.
and I made this a point with Origami King. I do think Origami King is worse than Sticker Star in the fact that it is okay. It's not a bad game, it's not a great game, but everybody will remember Sticker Star because it's dog shit. Everybody will always come back from, like, no matter how many Paper Mario games are made, they're going to come back to Sticker Star and say, you're dog shit, you suck. But we remember you. Origami King just, I don't think it's memorable for me. You have the grass
I would have to
level.
disagree.
No, go ahead. Yeah. I mean, that's That's why we're here, is to talk.
No. And I think it's a healthy discussion to have people that both agree or disagree on something, because you don't want just two guys being yes men to something.
Yeah, that just ruined the podcast. It's just like
you miss perspective. Perspective is very important when discussing something, because I respect that you think that. For me, I think it's better that it has the opportunity to have that improvement and not be that dog shit one, because we'd all be having the opposite argument of why couldn't it have been better? Why couldn't it have been?
Why couldn't it be the next Sticker Star? Damn it! Why isn't Sticker Star? I had somebody in my chat unironically say though that Color Splash was their favorite Paper Mario game.
I vaguely remember that, and that was very unfortunate.
Very sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they said they're excited for the Thousand Year Door remake, and I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
This kid's gonna have a great life here in about a couple of months.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
But well, do you think they should have remade the first one, or are you happy with it just being on the emulator?
I think they should have done the first one before Thousand Year Door, honestly.
Because it kind of feels like unfair, right? That they're remaking Super Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, but they cut out the first Paper Mario.
64, I think, should have been done first. I'm not saying Thousand Year Door shouldn't have been done, but I think people. I mean, there's a tactic to it both ways, because you got people that are going to go and play the 64 version by potentially either emulating, or they're going to go and buy their Nintendo Switch Online subscription to go and play the 64 version, or they're just gonna hang on and wait. But I think it's only a popularity thing. That's the other thing too. More people know about Thousand Year Door, and more people scream from the rooftops about how amazing Thousand Year Door is because it's Thousand Year Door. It's just how it ends up going. They're the Thousand Year Door fans are the loudest ones.
I'll bring this up, and I don't want to say I use, because I don't use Reddit. I've never condoned Reddit. I don't like Reddit because it's like the Mos Eisley of the internet. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy than you will on Reddit.
So true. Other than Twitter.
Twitter's also a very, very bad. But they did host a what's the best Nintendo game of all time, and this was right when Breath of the Wild came out. So you can imagine Breath of the Wild 1 through hype alone. But do you know what it beat out for number one? It was a Thousand Year Door. And for it to be that prevalent when Breath of the Wild came out speaks volumes to how many people actually enjoy and have great memories of Thousand Year Door.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But do you think it only holds out by nostalgia? Just out of curiosity.
I think nostalgia plays a big part, I'm not gonna lie. Because GameCube was the first, I owned a Nintendo 64, but the GameCube was the one I grew up on. That was like the first console that I realized was like, this is a console. I can play games on this. And Paper Mario was one of the founding titles of it for me. That and Luigi's Mansion, the first one, were like the majority of the games that I played. Yeah. And I don't think it carries it 100%, but I think it can play. I think you can make an argument for it being like one of the main reasons we're getting a remastered for.
Because I can say, as kids, we're a lot more forgiving when it comes to certain things like backtracking, more issues with something in a game. Like, for example, I will definitely say me enjoying Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 definitely stems a lot from nostalgia, mechanic-wise.
Well, I can tell. The only reason people play it.
It suffers more from bad controls than anything, but I would still say it's better than most of the modern Sonic games today.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would definitely play it again over Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah.
But again, I will admit the game is very carried for me by nostalgia. If I were to play it again today without ever having played it before, I would probably not enjoy it.
I couldn't finish it.
I would enjoy the music, yeah. So that said, if you were to go back for the very first time, and you had to go and backtrack like you used to, would you really enjoy it the same way?
If I knew where I was going in the backtracking, I would, because I've come to terms with, yeah, I know backtracking is one of the major flaws of the game. I know exactly the points in time where people are complaining about it. The General White backtrack alone is one of the worst experiences of the game for me. Like, I hate that. You think?
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to do that.
No. And every game has its ups and downs. It's gonna have its flaws. It's gonna have things.
But you have to take the good with the bad. If you can't find
Absolutely.
a flaw in your favorite video game, I don't think you can call it your favorite video game.
No, because there are definitely things that you should like or dislike about a game. 100%.
Like, you're just blinded by like the hype or nostalgia. You have to be able to recognize that there are aspects of it where it isn't perfect. You're not going to find a perfect video game.
No,
There's
and you
always
don't
going
want
to
to
be
be wearing those rose-tinted goggles. You want to be objective.
Yeah, and I admitted, like, combat for Paper Mario, I've made some points. Super guards kind of broken, and being able to switch the partner into the front, it makes it too easy. And
I think too many badges breaks the game too. I
Oh,
would
absolutely.
like it maybe to have like
all you need to do is
30's too few. Make it 50 or
50
something.
seems like a good number.
99 is too much.
Yeah.
I honestly stopped at 69 because of the
Nice.
funny number.
Nice.
No, it's too much. It's just entirely too many points that you can put into that, and badges break the game. I don't
Badges
think it's
definitely.
the second
Well,
time.
here's a way I think I would fix that. Go back to the leveling system of the first game, because in the
Yes.
1,000-Year Door, once if you beat an enemy, no matter how far you out-level it, you're always guaranteed experience points. You always get one.
At least one.
You always get at least one. In the original, if you were so above that enemy, it would give you nothing.
Yeah,
It
you
wouldn't
get
give you.
nothing.
You would get 0. And I know you're not gonna grind enemies
Yeah.
until you level up off of 1, but still, like, it's so easy to level in the 1,000-Year War.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't
Oh,
need to grind. You
absolutely.
never need to grind enemies ever.
No.
If you just beat the enemy in every area once, you will be
Mhm.
more than over leveled by the Shadow Queen boss fight. You don't-
The only point in Super Mario 64 where I ever found that I needed to grind is the very beginning of the game. You go, not the very beginning, but like on the way to Koopa Brothers Fortress. There's that section just before the dungeon entrance. There's all those Koopas. You can get a whole bunch of money, you can get a whole bunch of experience, and you can stack yourself up to where you are prepared to go in there. If you don't, you're going to have a hard time. If you go to Flower Fields, Huff and Puff will be one of the first bosses that will
Oh.
absolutely kick your ass.
Huff and
Huff and
Puff
Puff is a good boss.
is a great
He's
boss because he's difficult.
He is.
He kicked my
Yes.
9-year-old ass.
He kicked mine too. He was the first time in a game where I learned that grinding was important, and I've always respected that lesson, and I always mentally remember it because it's the first boss in a turn-based game that gave me a really hard time.
Yeah, I just couldn't. Well, in my 5 health and under playthrough, I stocked up on like 30 stone caps. And I'm like, Mario, I know you're not gonna do shit, but hey, you know what? Can Huff and Puff hit your partner?
With one attack, I think, but he doesn't do it very frequently. Mostly, he wants to drop lightning on you.
I
His
think it's
little
lightning that
friends will
hits the
come and
partner.
group hug you.
Does
I
lightning hit
think
partner?
he's only got.
I don't know if it does. I'd have to look it
I
up.
don't remember exactly.
It's been a while.
Usually, I multi-bounce all his friends enough times. I don't even remember.
Yeah.
He's not as hard anymore. But your first time encountering him,
Your first time,
it's tough.
it's like the Smorg boss on the train.
Mhm.
The Smorg boss does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
It is like
Yeah.
7 damage, and at that point in the game,
But if you hit all his parts, he's a joke.
yeah, but like say it's your first time, and like he goes into his scorpion form, you're like, oh
Mhm.
well, I mean this is nothing, and he hits both you and your partner for like 7 damage. You're like,
Yeah,
what the
that's-
hell? Where did that come from?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now it's very difficult. Even
Yeah.
even Bone Tail. Bone Tail's like
Mhm.
Bone Tail's a fun fight. I like Bone Tail.
Yeah.
You can trivialize it with badges. Go down there at full health, a bag full of items.
Feeling fine. Mhm.
Feeling fine.
It's
His
because-
nullify his breath attacks,
Yeah. It just trivializes.
and you
I think
just
that's
go through
really
it.
That's the thing. 64 lacked a ton of customization. It needed the customization. It had some, but more rigid builds, I guess you could say. Thousand Year Door is the opposite end of the spectrum. It's too much to where it breaks the game. If you toned it down just enough, it would be, if you met in the middle somewhere, it would be perfect. You can make it easy if you want, you can make it difficult.
Because you can just
Options is good.
once you start getting badges like FP plus or HP plus, that trivializes leveling up health, because
Yeah.
oh, you need health, just for 3 badge points you can quite literally just put on more health. But say later on down the line you don't want that extra health anymore, well, guess what, you don't have to. If they made HP plus or actually, did you know that a partner HP plus is 6? It is 6 BP to put that on.
That's too much.
If they made that for
That's way too
Mario's health, then that might incentivize people to actually upgrade health. Because for every 2
it
badge level ups, you're able to do +5 health.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
for 3
it
BP,
really should be.
or even 4.
Because, why are you wearing an FP badge when... Why are you wearing this when you could have just done... If you need FP, just put it into
Put
FP.
the badge on.
Don't...
And granted, you can
Yeah.
do this in the first game, because HP plus and FP plus are also in the first game. But again, you're limited by your 30 BP. You know?
Right, correct.
So, it's a lot more worth it in the first game than it is in the second game. You can
Absolutely.
just slap it on. If you don't want it on later, take it off. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Especially in badges, because Power Plus still requires 6 of those 30 badge points for 1 extra damage. And 1,000 Door doesn't. Who cares? That's 6 out of your 99.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're not gonna. That's not gonna matter. And more
Which is why,
more.
again,
You can grind Power Plus. You can. It's a grindable badge.
There are only 2 Power Pluses in
No, Bone. We are.
in 64.
We're
Kind of a general thing.
Yeah, it's kind of general. If first playthroughs, we can talk about that. First playthrough, I didn't know you could. I know Bone Tail had the weakness. I know they're weak to cricket, but once I beat them without it, I'm like, well, what's the point? Who cares about cricket anymore?
Yeah.
But on a first playthrough, did you know there's actually, I didn't know about this, there's actually a 3rd Power Plus in the first game. It's coded in, but you can't get it.
Really?
So if you were to find a
did
way
not know
to
about
duplicate a badge, you could, it'd work, but if you were to duplicate a 4th one, it wouldn't work. You couldn't equip it.
Okay.
You could equip it, but it
Gotcha.
wouldn't do anything. I watched
Makes
a
sense.
ton of original Paper Mario bullshit. Did you know?
Yeah. Now, what would have been cool? You know the 3 anti-guys that you can fight in Bowser's Castle?
Is that
If you fail the
I
quiz?
thought that was in Master Quest. I didn't know that was actually.
No. There's I don't have the VOD anymore, sadly. I don't know why I didn't save it. I must have thought I did and I didn't. But if you fail the last quiz, or no, the second to last quiz, because the last one gets interrupted by what's his face. But if you fail the second to last quiz, he throws 3 anti-guys at you.
I think
And
I
you
know
have
why I
to
didn't
beat
fail
them.
it then. Well, besides
Yep.
being on a 5 health, I think the last time I did a Paper Mario playthrough was my under 5 health playthrough, which is super fun. I highly recommend that you do that. I would love to watch you play that.
Oh, that would be crazy, actually.
5 health. I killed
I'd have
Bowser
to
with
look
a
up some
pebble.
strategies. Yeah, I remember you did that. I was there for that. That
Killed
was
him
good.
with the rock.
Mhm.
But
Now I got a bunch of challenges that I want to go back to different games and do If there is a challenge that I genuinely recommend to you that was probably one that I wish I could go back and do, was 100%ing every 2D Metroid, with the exception of the first and the second.
I could 100%.
Just play Zero Mission and AM2R.
I barely beat Prime.
It was so good.
I love the
so
Metal Ridley fight. Like that was a good.
Although
That was better than the final fight. In my
you beat
opinion.
Hollow Knight though, didn't you?
I did. I got one of the basic bitch endings for Hollow Knight.
Okay, yeah, you could beat a Metroid. You beat Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's harder.
Is it?
Yeah, Hollow Knight is harder than Metroid.
I didn't 100 and like it's like 112%. I didn't 112%
yeah, it's 112%.
But I got one. I got the ending where the main protagonist. What's his name? Does he have a name?
Hollow Knight.
Is it Hollow Knight? I got I got the ending where Hollow Knight
Knight.
becomes the new like heart of the underground or whatever he does.
Mm-hmm.
He gets like chained up
he
instead.
like takes it over. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
ending. So
Yeah, Hollow Knight is harder, like what TJ said there.
yeah, it was
If
still
I
a fun
wanted to
game though. Don't
talk
get me
about-
wrong. I'm glad I beat Hollow Knight though. Yeah, I finally got around. I've actually been doing that a lot recently. I've been going through like old Switch games that I started and but never beat. Cause I went through, I beat Tropical Freeze, which I started and never beat a couple years ago.
That game is great. I love Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze is a great game. New funky mode, by the way. Anyway, I want Paper Mario, new funky mode. And yeah, I know Funky Kong is like the easiest character. I don't give a shit. I'm playing as Funky Kong. That's my dog, dude. I don't care if it makes the game bitch easy. That's my bully.
That's great. Your T-Tracks are complete opposites.
I love Funky. I don't think there's a single human being that hates Funky Kong.
T-Tracks.
What? T-Tracks hates Funky Kong?
He fucking despises.
Why? Is it because he's popular? Does he hate it because he's popular? Bone, shut up. You're cringe.
Hates it. He just hates him. He absolutes his design, his voice, his tank top. He hates
What?
him.
Dude, that makes him look so cool.
He hates him.
I love Funky Kong, dude. I love that's my dog. Fuck. Luigi's Mansion 3D or 3. I beat that. And something that's really sad is it didn't bring local co-op, because me and Thom, we actually, whenever I started replaying it to like beat it, she actually jumped in and it was so much fun playing with the second person. It's a shame they're not bringing that back in.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's a shame they're not bringing that back in Luigi's Mansion 2 HD.
Was it in 2 though? I thought Luigi was a 3 exclusive.
Yeah, he is. I know, but like I don't know, like, 2 Luigis or something. I don't know. It's some
it was
weird.
Fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
But oh shit, what was I talking about? I even 100%ed 3D World recently. I didn't 100%. I 100%ed it with an asterisk because I beat Champions Road and got all the green stars, but I'm not beating every level with every character. That's bullshit. I'm not doing that.
Brave did that, and that was how I first saw his streams. He did it with every character. That was crazy to watch.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Nah. But I love him solely because I can torture tracks with him. Dude, I love Funky Kong. When are the DKs getting paperized? Where's my paper DK RPG at? When are they gonna?
I don't know, but he's at least coming back in Mario Kart. Which also reminds me, are you going to be there for Community Night on next Friday?
Absolute. Well, yes, I will.
Because I'm only doing it once every month now. So if you want to join in,
really, why once every month now?
Because now I can do things like this. I couldn't do this before.
Really?
Every other Friday, I wanted to be able to have the opportunity to do collaborations. This is a little earlier in the day than what I normally do, but I want to be able to expand what I'm doing or work on more games during the week. And there's enough people in the community that are also hosting their own community nights that I want to just do it at the end. That way it's not just repeated throughout the entire month.
Yeah.
With other people that are doing it too.
No,
so it's
totally
not that I'm taking a back seat. It's just I want to do some other stuff too.
I'm playing like a ton of Mario Kart. And let me tell you, F-Zero is way better than Mario Kart. 100%.
It looks really
It's
good. I've
so-
not tried the. I've not tried
It
it
is so much better. The only reason, when I went back to Mario Kart, it's so slow. It's so slow in comparison. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Because, like, even my chat was like, why is Mario Kart 8 so slow? It's just like 100cc. I'm like, no, this is 150. This is what we normally play on.
Yeah. Actually,
But,
I'll have to think about this. Maybe for fun, see if everyone. How hard is it to get everybody in a lobby together for 99?
It
I
is
know we're
not
off
hard.
topic, but
yeah. Off topic, it's not hard. TJ snipes my lobbies
Okay.
every time he wants to.
I wonder if we should do an F-Zero 99 community night.
Do you want to
this
try?
week. Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, dude, it's
It's very
super fun. Well,
Okay.
hit me up with details about that. I'd love to do that.
Because being new, I'll probably get kicked out of the lobby every time. Because I lose, I get ejected out. So I'll recommend learning how to play first. So maybe not this month. I'll have to think about it for next month. We'll stick to
Yeah.
Mario Kart probably this month. But I'll have to think about it.
The new characters coming out. Also, Peach had some
Mhm.
very weird. Anyway, back to Paper Mario.
Back to Paper Mario.
Yeah, like I said, you're gonna love Super Paper Mario. I think the music and the story are really gonna do it for you. Don't 100% it.
Yeah.
This is not a game you're supposed to 100%.
No.
So definitely check that out later.
Yeah. I'll definitely have to do that. Unpopular opinion, but
I already
What's
know
up,
TJ's
TJ?
about to type the most vile stuff. World 36 is fantastic. Oh my god.
oh no.
That's it's not true. Don't listen to this man. He's not. I guarantee he's not even
no.
playing Sticker Star right now. He's probably playing Fire Emblem still. But
I could probably tell you if he is.
we are about 3.5 hours in to this. I know you said you
Yeah,
wanted to stream
yeah.
about only like 3 hours, so like, oh, he is.
Nope, he's playing Sticker Star. He's absolutely doing it. And I can see
Oh,
it.
Lord. I that's awful. That is the worst thing ever. Bones watching you play.
But no, I think this has been. I think this has really been a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
honestly, I'd
it's
love
been
to come
very
back on here
insightful.
and do
It's
something
been
like
nice to finally not hear an echo chamber of like
Mhm.
opinions. Like it's
Yeah,
fun to talk to
definitely.
somebody who's like, actually, I don't agree, and here's why. Instead of, you're wrong, stupid. You don't like my Paper Mario? Go to hell,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
nerd.
It's something that discussion is lost. It's a lost art in this day and age.
Mom heard
With
me say
so
that.
many
She's like, who
things.
hurt you?
The internet.
Like, you're not allowed to enjoy things. If you don't enjoy the first two Paper
Yeah.
Marios, you're an idiot.
Mhm. And if you enjoy Origami King, you're an idiot there too.
Yeah. Everybody, if
if-
you enjoy Sticker Star, you might actually be an idiot.
I mean, hey TJ, if you manage to enjoy that, you will officially join in the Gamer Hall of Fame, and I'll be proud of you.
The game of Holler of Infamy.
Oh man.
But
yeah, no. If you ever want to do like a collaboration where like I come on and do some voices for you during a single player playthrough or something like that, that'd be a fun one.
yeah, dude. I really hold on. Let me pull up my list to make sure. You talked about post game. The first Paper Mario game
Mhm.
definitely needed a post game because there is
It did.
there is
it
no
did.
post game in the first one, and I don't even know that many
No.
side. There's no cooking book to complete either. I don't think there's a badge.
There's no cookbook to complete, but there are.
Is there any side
It's
quests?
more just you've
oh,
got
the
Oh, there are tons of side
the
quests.
paper-
There are
the paper
tons of side
delivery.
quests.
or the
Mhm.
mail. You could do that.
There's a side quest for that. There's
Uh,
I'm trying to remember. There's a bunch of them that you can do. I just haven't done them in a while. But no, I enjoyed it. It was honestly a good experience. I think if there's anything that I would love to see in another Paper Mario game is more travel that utilizes the map, because that is the biggest fault of Thousand Year Door is a lack of a direction other than left and right and a
hey,
pipe that
Sticker
goes
Star
somewhere.
does that. Sticker Star has. You can just go on the map to select the level.
And not like that. Not like that I mean. I mean like utilizing you know how Dry Desert has like 9 different segments where it goes up, down, left, or right.
Yeah.
It's a very basic example, but also, again, I know you didn't care for the jungle, but the jungle utilizes up and down, left and right on that segment of map. You
I also
have
hate the little,
areas that are also
the little like mouth plants, because some of them give you coins,
Those
and
are
some
creepy.
and some of those are just like a fight, and you're like, what the hell is this?
yes.
Anyway, sorry, I
it's
didn't mean to interrupt
tricky.
you.
No. Just more creativity in the direction that which you reach your objective, and not just left and right. It's what turns it very bland for me, and would make, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, I understand.
Okay,
like
you know,
left and
like-
right is
Mm-hmm.
kind of boring.
It gets old very quick.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. What makes it good for me
The-
is, like I said, it makes every room feel unique to the last room. That could just be me, though. I can see where you say
It felt
the sewers
it
are
felt
exactly
the opposite
same.
for me. Yeah, it felt the opposite for me, where everything felt the same because I came from left to right.
Yeah.
So,
Post game was, hey, whenever you play Super Mario, you're gonna have a ton of post game.
I'm gonna have an absolute blast with that post.
Absolutely. I guarantee you,
I ain't
Bone
touching
will pay a pretty penny to see 100% the post game of Super Paper Mario.
I ain't doing it. That ain't worth it. I'm not doing
It's not
it.
400. Yeah,
It's too much
for
suffering.
100 thing, like 100 trials.
Yeah. No, I'll absolutely pass on that
It's
one.
absolutely ludicrous. But
Thank you.
no. With that being said, though, like I've talked about the story, music, characters, battle system, charm
Partners.
world, flaws, content. Did you ever feel like a game was too short?
I feel like Paper Mario 1000 Year Door is too long.
No, you can't say that.
It's
Blasphemy.
too damn long. It took months.
I crowd controlled the game in like 2 days.
Yeah, but you also know the game from like the back
I
of your
do.
hand. I had to get advice from chat on where to go because
Was
I
your
kept
first time
getting
playing it
lost.
on stream?
I had played it as a kid up to the train. That was the
can't believe you don't
furthest
like
I
the
ever got.
train level, man.
I like the story. I love the detective bit, but I fucking hate all the reading. It just goes on and on and on and on,
Understandable.
and then you're back and forth, left and right between 3 or 4 cars for hours.
That actually made me develop a fondness of trains. And I'm not even joking. I want to ride a train specifically because of that level.
Oh, random point. One thing that I say that the 64 does better than 1000 Year Door is transportation between going on a train or on a boat, because 1000 Year Door, it's just a quick transition and you see something going across the screen over there. The train in 64 is one of my favorite things. It has its own theme song. The environment changes as you go along. I love it. I absolutely love
I
it.
just
It's
wanna
so
say-
charming.
Uninterrupted. The background music stopped because YouTube was like, hey, you're still watching? And I don't know how long it's been paused for.
No.
I don't know how long. I don't even know if anybody even like noticed, but I was just like, huh, that self audio is kind of quiet. why is that happening? I was so
I've had a
invested on the
Game Chops
conversation.
list of my own going. Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like there's not a single Paper Mario that overstayed its welcome.
Mm-hmm.
All of them kind of followed a good pattern of like. Never mind. Okay. But none of them overstayed their welcome. They were all kind of
No.
like even Sticker Star. Well, it overstayed its welcome by about how many worlds are in that game?
4.
It's a little too much for me. A little too much for me,
Right,
Chief.
right. That one definitely overstayed its welcome.
But other than that,
I think it was a good discussion. It was a lot of fun.
yeah, it was very good. It was very good. I'm glad we did this. You know, this was definitely one of the better things. Sticker Star has no flaws. I wish I saw. I wish I could live in TJ's world for like 10 minutes, just to see Origami King has no flaws. Origami King does have a few flaws.
It does,
Believe
but
it or
it's
not.
definitely an improvement. It's definitely.
If you like puzzles, it's your game. If you're like me and it's kind of
Absolutely.
stupid and don't like the battle mechanics, you know.
If you don't care for puzzles, then
That's
that's
just
not
like,
really
if
gonna
you
be
don't
your
like
thing.
fun, then you will.
If you don't like fun,
I
it's just not gonna
can't.
be a
I
good time.
can't. Skill issue. What do you mean? How is that a skill issue? I don't even. Oh my lord, dude! Give me. You know what's funny? I still haven't beaten Paper Jam. I'm on the final boss, and like the final boss is actually very fucking difficult.
Okay.
Like even if you do, I need to go. Like I'm probably gonna beat it after stream today, honestly, just so I can say, okay, now that I've beaten the
It's
game,
done.
doesn't matter if I beat 99% of it. Even though this is the final boss, I gotta beat the final boss.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of cool. Bowser, Paper Bowser, and regular Bowser kind of fuse into like well, Paper Bowser kind of becomes like a cardboard mech suit for regular
Okay.
Bowser.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, but like it's ridiculously hard. Whenever I was a kid, it was hard. So
Yeah, yeah.
I say I was like 20 when the game came out. When I was a dumb, stupid bitch, maybe it was hard.
Well, you
but-
see, back when I was a kid, I played Sticker Star at 20 years old.
Sticker Star came out in like 2013 or like 2012. It was fairly recent. I say recent,
Yeah,
it's like 10
yeah,
years
that
ago.
sounds about right because it was 3DS. Yeah.
But
Back in my day.
so it really was back in my day. I remember I was. Have you ever seen the leaked screenshots of early Sticker Star, where you had partners?
No, I never paid attention to it, honestly.
There was a leaked screenshot of a Chain Chomp partner.
Oh, no. I remember watching in the video we probably watched the same videos. Yeah, there was a leaked screenshot of a Chain Chomp party member.
God, and like I remember like whenever Paper Mario Thousand Year Door was released, I was in a dark place, so I was on Twitter, and the only reason to ever get on Twitter is if you're in a dark place, and I was like, I saw something, and it was like,
I just don't.
and it was like, never forget what they took from you, and it was the leaked screenshot of the Chain Chomp from Sticker Star, and I'm like, damn,
Oh, that's great. I love it.
that's so
Oh,
unfortunate.
dude.
Also, we're getting on like 4
Fantastic.
hours. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like
Oh,
take up all
no
of your
problem.
time.
I honestly had a lot of fun. No. It was really good. It was really good. I hope we can honestly do something like this again, regardless.
Maybe next time on your
It was
stream,
very good.
I'll try and stay up for it.
I know it's a bit harder for you to do because of your health stuff, and I don't want to put that kind of.
Even I don't worry about
physical
my health
strain
stuff
on
that
you.
much. Well, I probably should. I want to be
I
able to
do.
drive.
I do.
I probably should have
I
called the
do.
DMV yesterday because my license has expired, and well, I don't need to drive. I'm not gonna drive soon. Who cares? But
Right.
have you ever actually had a form of identification that's not your driver's license?
Yes, because I don't have a driver's license.
Wait, you don't?
I
Wait, are you
don't.
serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Have you-
I can't drive.
Like for medical reasons, or just like you just?
Just
Yo, Shadow Fang, here you go.
It's just financial reasons. I couldn't afford it.
Understandable.
growing Up, so just,
I have.
it just-
Do you have
it-
that
it got to a
officially
point.
licensed like state ID as well, or?
Yeah, I do. It's an Arizona ID because it doesn't expire until I'm 65. So that's what I
Wait,
got.
what? Is that true?
Yes,
How
it's
did?
true.
Wait, what? You don't have what? You don't have to get it renewed or anything?
And not till I'm 65. That's an Arizona thing.
But that's in Arizona. We have to get it renewed like every 4 years.
Yeah, no, I don't have to. It's a regular ID. If it were a driver's license, that'd be different. But because it's an Arizona ID, I don't have to till I'm 65. So until I get a driver's license.
What? I got the regular ID that just says I am who I am. That bitch expires like 4 years.
Yeah, no, it doesn't expire. Not till I'm 65.
Why 65?
I don't know. It was just what was there, and then I got my passport, and I think that's my most current thing, and that needs to be renewed next year.
I love it if you went to like a bar and you're like, oh, you're 21. You pull out your passport. Yes, I am. I'm also able to fly internationally.
It would work, but that's the thing. I could still use my ID technically. It says under 21 until X date, which is past that date now.
What the fuck? Here's 65. We're way off topic, but like, what the fuck? Why 65?
I don't know.
Why does it last for like 40 years? Like what?
I know. Didn't you had to do that when you went out of the country? They don't take
That's
foreign
fucking
ID
crazy.
some places.
That is
that makes
wild.
sense. That makes sense.
I wish I had a ID that lasted until I was 65, and I don't have to pay like. It was only like $20 for this ID, but like, god damn. No.
Yeah, it's. Yeah, I mean, it's been convenient considering I haven't been able to get in to do another one at some point, but it needs to be done.
Also, why aren't the Paper
like-
Mario games rated T? Because there's out there. It's not clear that it's alcohol in the bars. Like the tavern in the Thousand Year Door. You know, the one with the noose.
It's a good
right
question.
outside.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. That's a good
is it
question.
because it's not explicit that it's alcohol?
It's never explained what it is they serve.
But it's very clearly It's supposed to be alcohol.
So, I mean, you could guess it is, but who knows? They never say what they're serving.
You don't
That's
think
the
they're
thing.
serving out what? Okay, no. If you don't think, I want to know what you think it is.
Mushroom juice. They're drinking their own. It's rated R.
Yeah, they're eating. It's cannibalistic juice. What's it called if you drink the fluid? It's not cannibalism. Like if you were to like
It's still from something else. So I
if
think
you
run that.
liquefy a mushroom like a toad and drink it, is that cannibalism still?
You're not a toad, so no.
A monster. Maybe a milk bar.
Maybe a
like
milk bar. Except they get drunk on milk in that.
I don't
game,
think
is
they
the
have a
funny
noose
thing.
hanging out in Zelda.
That's more Majora's Mask, though. They've got a milk bar.
But they have
That
like
is a
it's
thing.
clearly meant for like it's got to be like rum that they serve because like it's a port town and they got sailors coming in. Like that's like 100% chance that is rum. And at the Glitzville Tavern, that is wine, that is mixed drinks. Oh,
But how do you know they don't park at the rum and drink at the port?
Also, there's very clear references to the mafia and like Toll. Like, how is it not rated T? How did they get away with that?
I don't know.
I guarantee if it came
I know,
out
'cause
today,
they're
it'd be
talking
rated T.
about- Probably.
Well, no, actually, no,
People
no,
are
it won't.
super
It'll also be rated E because it is coming out today.
True.
we don't have to do things like yes.
We don't have to do it.
And they have
Gonna
gambling.
break your kneecaps.
They have
do.
gambling in
Oh
that.
my god, they do.
How
They
the
do.
fuck is it rated E?
Because it's Mario.
Fun fact: did you know that Pokemon in Europe was originally rated R, or like M?
Why is that?
Because gambling is taken a lot more strict over there, and
Oh, that
the
makes sense.
Pokemon,
That
the
makes
Poke
sense.
Corner, or the game corner as it's called here, is like they're like, hey, no, that's like really bad. So the gambling
Yeah.
corner is what made it. So and then they changed it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's not gambling anymore. It's a fun prize machine area.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there are some viewers in other countries that cannot actually participate in predictions because they're not allowed to do so on
Sin,
Twitch.
one of my moderators, he can't do it.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the Netherlands, and
Yeah, they're one of them.
they can't. He can't even like vote in a prediction,
Oh no.
or he can't use channel points to like do a prediction. It's gambling.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
he-
that's unfortunate.
very unfortunate. He can host them. He can't participate in them.
course.
It is
You can
absolutely
start
wild.
the gambling, but no, you can't participate.
Why
That's
did they
bad.
take bits out of the voting, or like if you wanted to vote with bits like on a poll? They took that out. Do you remember when they had that?
I don't. All I know is you can use channel points to put more.
Not
points
channel
on
points.
a poll.
No, like regular bits. Like they could pay.
Oh, I have no idea about that.
That you could pay
Maybe
to
they had
influence a
some
poll.
exploiting going on.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah, I don't
know. But I remember when you could do that. They took that out for some reason. I'm not sure why. It wasn't my main source
Yeah,
of
I'm not
revenue.
sure
I
on
wasn't
that.
hosting polls like, oh my god, I hope somebody gives me a bit.
Poll
It's
time.
poll time, boys. I'm gonna be able to feed my family.
Give me them bits. Give me them bits.
Give me the bits. Yes. I'm like Scrooge McDuck over here. Give me the bits for this poll. Like, do I have a big forehead? Yes or no? Vote with those bits.
Give me those bits.
Doesn't. I don't know why. It's probably like against a TOS term that I just don't. You want some money?
You want some money?
Polls.
Bo 2023.
Oh my lord.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
was
sorry.
a lot of
Again, like we were gonna end and then I got distracted. But it's been about 4 hours.
You're all good. Mm-hmm.
And
I hope you had a good time. I know this is different from very much from what we both do, but
Yes.
oops, I
like
just unplugged something.
well, stream outside my normal time.
I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to fix that. I
Foro's
broke
just
something.
staring at Bastards' beard. Oh, yeah, this
I mean,
is
that's
like.
just every stream.
Is this longer than how long you normally stream for?
No, this is actually about my normal stream amount of time. I could. I still have to stream later tonight too.
Oh, I'm so yeah. Explain to you, like, hey, listen, hey, if you go live right now, I'll rate out it.
No,
I've
no,
only
no,
ever rated
It's
you.
too early for
I
me
believe
to do that.
twice. And I
Twice,
think
yeah,
those
you
were
rated me
both
twice.
subathons that I
Mhm.
that I did.
Yeah, they were.
And I'm like, yo, 12 hours, time to raid Bastards. I'm not tired. I can totally socially interact after a 12-hour stream.
Absolutely. What did I?
I'm very concerned for what you unplugged.
I don't know what unplugged. Nothing is wrong, so I don't know.
Whenever
Maybe
you try and go
shit.
live later, your computer just explodes.
True.
But again, can I
Oh,
get a shout out for Bastards for being such a wonderful co-host with me today?
It was a blast. Thank you very much.
On
I
the-
appreciate you having me on here.
The
It was
first
a good
ever
time. And those of you
coin
that are new here, follow Spiny Coin. Go follow him.
Coincast. That's right. That's what I was calling it.
Cast your coins.
But yeah. Again, thank you so much for I am playing Paper Mario. I was like, no, I'm not.
Talking Paper Mario.
I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm walking here. I'm trying to play some Paper Mario.
And then later we get, and then later you DM me. So when we doing that podcast?
I'm like, what? This isn't Paper Mario. What the fuck?
Oh, dude.
But yeah. Again, thank you so much, dude.
yeah,
Go
no
go check him
problem.
out.
I
He's on
appreciate
my right, kind
Over
of. We were pointing the wrong way, but he's over there.
I know, right? Yeah, I know. I'm pointing over here, but he's actually over here.
But yeah. Again, dude, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And
No
I
problem,
will.
man. I had a really good time.
Yeah, I guess I'll see you later, man. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Have a wonderful night, man.
You too, man. And with that, chat, that'll be it coming for me today. We are going to raid out into somebody, obviously, because we love raiding and we love cameras that don't move every time something like insignificant happens. Oh, thank God that guy's gone. Yeah, but he's kind of a nerd. Kind of had like some L takes, kind of a cringe lord, if I'm being honest. We're gonna raid out into my boy B_Randon TV. We like that guy. We stand that guy. Also, I can finally take these headphones off. These headphones are not comfortable with a beanie on. They hurt my ears. Anyway, with that being said, chat, we're gonna raid out. And I will see you all again, I believe, tomorrow with some, I don't know, I haven't played it yet. We're kind of making it up as I might play Paper Mario. Who knows? Anyway, I will see you all next time, tomorrow. You all take care.